Hello and welcome to Out of the Box on the Games Done Quick Hotfix. My name is The Tree, and around these parts, we believe that if you can watch it, you can run it. Speaking of running, it's getting to that point in the year where in some places it's getting a little warmer and some places it's getting a little cooler. But I hope you are, if you are able, taking opportunities to get out and travel. That is what this time of the year is often about for people, whether it's going abroad to places like SGDQ happening soon in Minneapolis, Minnesota, or just going to a more comfortable place in your house. And if you are moving around, we have a great night worth of shows for you because this is all games that are on the Switch or the Switch 2. So these are games that can travel with you as you do that. And we're going to be starting off the evening with a fantastic remake of, can I say this is one of Square's best RPGs of all time? I don't feel like most people would agree with that, but there might be at least one person in our call who does. This is the Super Mario RPG remake, Breezy Real-Time Attack from Moonblaze Wolf. Let's go!
Yeah, hey everybody. Welcome on in. Thank you so much, T, for having me. This is Super Mario RPG, the Switch remake, which I'm playing on the Switch 2 tonight. And as T mentioned, we're going to be doing the Breezy RTA category. Breezy is the easier of the two difficulties in the game. We'll talk about some of the variances between Breezy and normal, but suffice it to say, this is still a very challenging run of a game that requires a lot of different execution points. So we'll go ahead and get into it here. I'm going to go ahead and start the timer as soon as I click OK here. And there's going to be some cutscenes and stuff at the beginning so we can get going. But yeah, I'll go ahead and count us down. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
And while we were watching this opening cutscene, I will just say again, my name is Blaze. I use he, they pronouns. I've been speedrunning this version of SMRPG ever since it came out on the Switch 1. And I played the Super Mario RPG randomizer and vanilla game on the SNES for many years before that as well. So I've been involved in the speed community for this game and this remake pretty much for many years now. I have two incredible and wonderfully talented commentators with me, and I'd love it if they would introduce themselves now.
So, hi everyone, I'm SonnyWrath11. I have played SMRPG for, amount of time. That's the best way I can put it. I've done randomizer, I've done vanilla, I've been looking at remake as of late, and this run is going to be an absolute blast. Y'all are going to love it.
And I'm Pidge. I speedrun the SNES version of this game. I've only done remake a couple of times, but I'm actually really interested to see this Breezy run tonight and maybe share some interesting factoids about the SMRPG as a whole.
Yeah, for sure. So first thing to know is the remake does include the same kind of jump mechanic that if you played the original game, which came up on the 30-year anniversary, by the way, this year. So shout outs to SMRPG for being 30 years young this year. But basically, every 2 jumps, there's a jump counter that is hidden. And I believe it increments up every 2 jumps that you do, and you deal more damage. So more jumping over the course of the run deals more damage per jump, and that is going to be a mechanic that we lean into a lot during this version of the run in particular.
See, a lot of people talk about Grand Theft Auto being one of those first games where, you know, the more you did something, the more your character got good at it. No, Mario was doing that years earlier. Sorry, CJ.
This game also uses the timed hit system, so on that first fight I didn't really care about the timed hits, but in this fight I do want to get a timed hit, because in the Breezy category, or Breezy difficulty, it does take down the Chain Chomp, or the Kink Link, I think is technically what it's called, Chandelier in one hit. And then we get to watch more cutscenes.
We're going to have so much fun between all of us not remembering which versions and names we're supposed to be using right now.
It's true, it's true.
I mean...
Well, there's the correct version and then there's everything else, so...
That's one way to put it.
Yeah, one other thing I'm going to mention about this route in particular that I'm doing is this is a newer route that is really only, I want to say, maybe 6 months old or so. This route was from a Japanese runner named Kokeshi816. And the biggest difference for this route for Breezy versus the original route is we don't get the XP booster accessory anymore. So because of that, we skip some areas that we would go into just to get frog coins. It really does kind of pare down the run to the bare minimum as far as areas and things that we need to do to kind of get the minimum number of items that we need to be safe throughout the run. So it's very much like a minimalist run, which is one of the things I really like about it. In addition to that, this is something that I think is kind of a nice, maybe different talking point for the out-of-the-box concept, because you can absolutely pick this game up and speedrun it from moment one. But also, this is a really accessible RPG speedrun. So if you've ever been interested in getting into an RPG speedrun, this is a really great one to start with, especially if you like a little bit more action in your RPG. And one thing about this route in particular that I love from an accessibility point of view is we do not have to get 100 super jumps in this run. We do have to get a certain number of super jumps, but if you've ever looked at Super Mario RPG as a speedrun and thought, gosh, that looks fun, but man, if I miss the 100 super jumps and like that's my PB is, I just have to reset because I'm not going to PB or like it's not going to be a good run. This might be a category that you're interested in because you do not have to do the 100 super jumps to get through this run.
Yeah, and while we're on the topic of the idea of getting into the game, both because of the in-game accessibility features, including but not limited to the ability to use turbo on controllers, I know you talked about during previous runs of this, but I know there is also a big community out there, both for the remake and the OG. If people collectively want to talk about the kinds of resources that are available, guides, videos, you've said this is a collaborative effort making this route. If people just want to talk to what kind of resources are out there that anybody interested in getting into SMRPG for themselves can look forward to.
I'm just going to say smrpgspeedruns.com and let my commentators take it away from there. So,
smrpgspeedruns.com is it's basically like your encyclopedia on everything you need to know to speedrun any version of SMRPG, the original SNES or the remake, because we actually do basically share a community. Like both of the speedrunning community for both of those games is in the same Discord server and everything like that. So it's like your one-stop shop. You've got there's route outlines in there. There's you can find stuff there's documentation on when every time hit is supposed to be. There's damage calculators if you want to try routing the game yourself, and you can kind of find all sorts of things there. I'm one of the maintainers of the wiki, but I haven't added anything new in a while.
I was going to say, some of those resources just mentioned might have been developed by people who were actively talking about them at the time. I remember possible. The development of the timed hit simulator. That was really cool.
I don't know who would do such a thing.
People with an intense and sometimes overwhelming love for Super Mario RPG, I would guess.
Well, Jill, I didn't know anybody like that. I bet this game has some pretty big fans.
True. I imagine some of them are even watching right now.
They could even be in this call with us at the moment.
Exactly. Yeah, SMRPG speedruns in and of itself, if you wanted to go to the website and really go in depth on the game knowledge, you absolutely can. With the massive amount of community effort that we've had over the years, just putting everything together, there's a lot of knowledge just jam-packed into one place.
And yeah, since it was low level came up in the chat, you can learn low level on that wiki as well. It does cover the different categories. If some of the strats are the same, some of them are different. Get later into the game, and level 3 is not level 13, so it's a little different.
I was gonna say, you can learn low level, but can you learn the patience necessary to master low level?
That's a whole different ball game.
Fair.
That's the real challenge. That and the smithy fight.
Oh, the smithy fight is absolutely the biggest challenge.
Good news, I got the hidden frog coin, everyone.
Thank goodness.
Yeah!
The run is now valid.
I mean, Pidge, you know about that. That, in the SNES version, that frog coin is notorious. Do you want to just talk about that a little bit?
I can, and I'm sorry some of this is jargony, but this is one of my favorite things to talk about is that treasure chest in the original game. So what happens in that room in particular is that every room in the game can have an optional set of what are called solidity mods, and that just basically changes the collision data in the level terrain. Specifically above that door frame uses a kind of collision that, like, the kind of terrain that you're not supposed to be able to jump on. Like, you just cannot surmount it at all. There's a background event that runs in that room that is just an endless loop that listens for a certain bit to be set, and when that bit is set, it swaps that terrain to one that you can jump on. And what changes that is Toad approaching the door. His background script actually does flip that bit, which means the background script running in the room knows to activate that terrain, and that's why you can jump up and get it. Because Toad never does that again, there are no more actors in that room that can flip that bit, and the terrain mods like flip back when you re-enter the room, so you can just never get it again.
Yeah.
Perfect. Hey, a couple quick questions from the chat if we have some time while we're introduced to our favorite tadpole. Definitely a tadpole, Mallow.
Yes, of course.
Okay. First was, does Switch 2 save time over running this game on the original Switch?
Yes, it does. It saves somewhere in the ballpark of 5 to 6 minutes, depending on what route you are running.
Wow, nice. That's more than
That's a
you'd
lot of
expect.
load times. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Yeah.
And then another related question that nobody here in the call except you can answer, Blaze, actually, is which soundtrack are we using right now?
Oh, I'm using the original soundtrack currently.
Okay. Cool. So we can just let it rock with that for a while, and maybe later on, as we get to one of our wellness breaks, we could switch over to give people the whole experience.
Yeah, I'm totally happy to do that. That is not a problem at all.
Very good.
Sad tadpole.
Tadpole.
This is what it sounds like when tadpoles cry.
I want to give him a hug.
Yeah, I want to give Mallow a hug as well.
I mean, granted, like, there's all sorts of benefits. He's less sad. It's probably also a really nice sensory experience, like having a nice cool pillow to slide into bed with. You think Mallow's made out of memory foam? I mean, he's a tadpole. That's so silly to ask, but he just kind of looks like it, you know?
It's like sleeping on a cloud.
Indeed. An apt metaphor for no particular
Unfortunately,
reason.
Many years later, this Toad has still left his bazooka at home. You hate to see it.
We gave
Best
him
line in the
30
game.
years, and yet.
They could really use a security around here too. I don't know what's going on with that.
I mean, if the Mushroom
Alright, so-
Kingdom had a proper security officer, Peach wouldn't be getting kidnapped in the first place, so kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy sort of thing.
I mean, it more or less is when you really look at it.
Yep. All right, so we're here in Bandit's Way now. Croco is the bandit, and apparently he got a whole way named after him. Good job, Croco.
I mean, anything that happens here is by just the nature of where we are. That is the Bandit's Way. So if he decided to stood around and did a little dance, that would be Bandit's Way too.
This is true.
Now,
So we're gonna
chat,
grab that
what do we call
Coca-Cola
the
right
beverage?
there.
I say, what do we call the beverage that Blaze just picked up?
Caracola.
Sonny, yes.
Okay, we've got our options here. Thank you.
Hold on, let me look up what it's called in my code base.
I was about to say, Pidge, you've got the code base, so you can look that up.
All right. I'm going to try to get at least 19 dogs on this XP star. There's kind of like a specific pattern that you want to get there. So I'll see if I can get... Yep, this is looking good. Now I'm just going to kind of camp out here, and we should be good. Very nice thing
Awesome.
you get here is you get a extra level on Mallow. And that gives me a slightly easier set of actions to do during the Croco fight that's coming up here in just a second. So that was great. Good
Actually,
thing number one.
That was really sick, like the way you just made that look so easy, because like I actually found that very difficult to learn, the movement for that.
I have practiced that screen a lot, I will say.
Yeah, and that's one of those cool things when it comes to learning an RPG or any kind of longer run. The ability for it to naturally have places to break it down into like, oh yeah, I can just practice this screen and like understanding how to do this particular trick that builds into like, this is a key part of our route. That's a significant accomplishment when you do something that's relatively approachable and repeatable, especially in a game where you can have save points. You can just kind of reload your save and do it again.
Yeah, for sure. One nice thing about the remake is you can auto saves when you enter a room like that, so you can just sit there and practice that room over and over again if you want. All right, so 2 attacks from Mallow on these first 2 turns is just the little bit of extra damage I need to get me over the hump here. So that is that, and now we'll just kind of jump and defend for the rest of the fight here. And I have a honey syrup that I picked up earlier that I will use after this one to give me the extra FP that I need to get through the fight.
Wow, must be nice being able to block the bombs.
I know.
That 8
Yeah, that is-
does play a role in the damage calculation for actually getting Croca down.
Yeah, a couple of very nice quality of life improvements, and the funny thing is, like, this run did change quite a bit as a result of the changes that they made from the SNES version. And it's one of those sort of natural things that happens when a remake of a game comes out, is I think, originally everybody just tried to, like, take the SNES route and kind of, like, cram it into the Switch version. And then more and more as things went along, you just kind of, like, figured out stuff that you could take out. And there's a few different reasons for that. One of them is what we were just talking about, which is you can block any single target attack in the game now, which was not the case with like magic-based attacks in the original. And then there's the chain system, which we're going to talk about a whole heck of a lot. But the chain system is basically every time I do a timed hit or a timed block correctly, I grow my chain. And there's passive bonuses that go along with that, as well as a meter that fills up. So you get stat boosts, you get access to extra special attacks, all sorts of cool stuff. So
Yeah, and that will increase, if I remember correctly, until you hit the 5 chain. After that, it then becomes boost to your special attack gauge that do come in handy.
Mm-hmm. I also love they just left all these nice little references to like some of the skips and funny, quirky stuff in the original. So like we can't do max skip anymore in this room, but we can save a little bit of dialogue by jumping behind the Shy Guys there, which is just funny to me.
And we can clearly see, as I was shocked too the first time I played the remake, that Clay Morton is the devil on top of the sword, and not just the sword itself.
Yes.
I remember seeing that.
The pogo stick.
I remember seeing that like in the original concept art, but not like sure if I really understood like what I was supposed to be looking at.
Yeah. There's also eyeballs on the sword, so I'm still not totally convinced, but there's a lot going on in this boss.
Yeah, I mean, there are more swords with eyeballs later, so I guess it's just kind of a theme.
You know, when I first played this game, I actually thought that they were related for that reason. I thought that Exor and Mac were like brothers.
That makes sense.
Might be his little brother, yeah.
Right, and like
right, very
first
good fight
boss and
there.
like main lieutenant of the Smithy gang, it makes sense they'd have something in common visually.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if this came up yet, but in breezy mode, all enemies have 10% lower stats than they do in normal mode. So that just like makes the routing very interesting, because like everything in SMRPG is routed around like being able to get through boss fights as fast as possible, and when the amount of damage you can do changes, then everything you do is around that. So it's really cool just like seeing how the routes diverge just because of things like that.
You didn't see it, Blake,
Yeah,
but I
it really
promise I'm
is
still
like a
doing
totally.
uppies.
Yeah, I was doing it on camera too. We'll have plenty. We'll have 6 more chances. But yeah,
Don't worry,
there's that.
I did it too.
You also get slightly more XP in breezy mode.
Yes, was it 20 or 25%? I can't remember.
I want to say it's 20, but I don't remember for sure. I haven't looked at that chart in a while. I know there's a chart out there for it, so.
I probably made that chart and forgot what values were.
Yeah, I can't remember the difference on experience between normal and breezy.
Yeah. There's also a slightly more generous timed hit window, which I've played this game plenty on normal, and I notice it a little bit, but mostly I notice like the little bit of extra damage that you lose if you don't get it perfect on normal, as opposed to the actual like timed hit window itself.
Yeah, the timed hit window in Breezy is very interesting because basically what it does is in normal mode you have two timed hit windows. There's a perfect time hit window, which is about 7 frames long, and then there's a half time window around each of those where if you get it in slightly off of that 7 frames, then you do like 1.5 damage instead of 2. In Breezy, that whole frame window is just 2 times damage. which means that attacks that don't have a half timing window, like super jump, have the same frame
exactly
window
the
in
same.
both modes. So if you go into Breezy expecting super jumps to be easier, you can
Bad
quit while
news.
you're ahead.
Yeah. Good thing we don't need to do 100 of them for this route.
Exactly.
Yeah, we can also just go straight to the boss here. So this is a very quick dungeon here, time in the sewers. There's a lot of other stuff that you can do here if you want, or maybe you did casually, but we don't do any of it here. We just go right to the boss.
And right, skip.
Balome, who actually is like somewhat normal looking in this version, as much as Balome can be somewhat normal looking.
Speaking of character models that got a real glow up in intelligibility.
I can tell what you are now, four-eyed cat thing.
But granted, the thing still has to be appended to the end because, you know, fantasy monsters are what they are.
Indeed, they are.
All right, now it takes a quick nap, but that's not important.
Yeah, that was the one little bit of variance, and actually I should have used a... Okay, I didn't get punished, good. Because I should have used a honey syrup that turn, because if I get turned into a scarecrow, I can't. Oh, this is
And a freebie.
interesting. I've never seen this happen
All
before.
right, well, everyone's taking a nap today.
This. I was gonna say, are we facing the Sleep Sauce Infinite here?
I think we're safe now. But that was... I don't think I've ever had both characters get put to sleep before. That was very silly. All right. Anyway, back to it.
Fortunately, Balome's not too bad of a fight.
No. It can get a little awkward if you don't use the honey syrup at the right time, and thankfully I dodged the worst case scenario for what could have happened there, so we're good.
I appreciate
now
the
it's time
production.
to,
Make sure to reshare everyone on the field taking a nap during the Balone fight.
Little break, yep. Now we get to go down the waterfall and down the river, so see if I can ace the counting to 60 test here.
Excellent.
The toughest test this game has to offer is counting to 60.
Technically, I only need to count to 9, so see how
This
that
is
goes.
genuinely one of the most fun songs to listen to on the remake version of the soundtrack as well.
It's very nice. It's giving like Eastern Canada.
This is one of the areas in the game I will constantly go back to just to listen to the soundtrack. It's so good.
Midas River is one of the cool things about it is that when SMRPG was originally being developed in the 90s, the director of SMRPG, Chihiro Fujioka, like he personally like programmed all of Midas River. Like that was just a mini game that just like he came up with it, he made it and put it into the game. And like to this day, it's like one of the things that he's the most proud of in this game. And I think it's well deserved because like it's a fun mini game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Of course, Justin said exactly what's going through my head during this entire sequence.
No, of course.
Oh, crap. Okay. Well, I missed 2 there. I don't know what's going on here, but I will pick up a few extras. We're good.
And hey, we might end up being optimal by accident.
It's
But yeah.
controller lag, I swear.
This is just the whole overriding thing with SMRPG, and the thing that people tend to love so much about it is that for as much as there were absolute
Oh, dear.
legends
All right.
of RPG design and like people who absolutely knew how a good RPG was made, that people would cotton to immediately recognize all of the like major gameplay elements, they also just kind of gave themselves space to play around. It's like, hey, we're doing an RPG with Mario in it. We should make it more Mario-like. You've got mini games where you run after people and jump and, you know, fall down a river because why not? And that
Yeah.
combination of like the safe and comfortable with the out there and really creative is what makes this game shine so much.
I ended up with
Wait.
61 anyway.
Oh,
I don't know what happened. Well, no, that was not my intended route. That was totally off the rails, so I'm just glad I got 60, but
You should have got 6 more.
right.
that that would have been even funnier. Yeah.
Something that I wanted to mention about what you just said about SMRPG, like what they kind of gave themselves liberty to do, was that when this game was being made, the team in Square that was assigned to this was like the lowest on their seniority ladder. So they were all like mostly younger people who were early in their careers, and most of them like had actually grown up like playing Mario games on the NES and were big fans. So they basically got to make an official Mario fan game, and they absolutely loved the source material that they were working with, so they just like poured so much love into the original game, and it like really shows.
Yeah.
Even 30 years later, it shows in the remake. Like, it's just so faithful to what we had.
Yep. Every character has so much personality, whether they ever speak a line or not, which is a very impressive feat.
Yeah, that was when you were saying that was one of the things that immediately came to mind to me was the translation. The Ted Woolsey translation of the original game is just it's so good at like characterizing characters who had not had much personality before. And I think to me, that's also one of the things that has endured about the series as a whole that really did kind of like come out of this game specifically.
Ted Woolsey, what he did with this game was pretty amazing because like he could tell that like this was meant to be a very funny game. Like everybody that developed it was like they were not only like Mario fans, but they were also like huge comedy fans. And like Ted Woolsey, like he just knew that, and he was able to kind of like show that like in a script that would translate well to our sense of humor in the West. And I think that it works out. Everybody on both sides of the ocean loves it.
Yeah, kind of similar
speaking
to like
of
a
humorous
Mother 2
moments.
situation.
Yeah.
Oh, yep.
Oh no, I was just gonna say right here, Mallow not a tadpole, and just like the camera, the cinematic like camera cutback, so good.
Yep. Got to get the Lakitu there on the scene to document this important moment.
Yeah.
And you know, with talking about the characters and the personality that they got, one of my favorite things that you and I have talked about a bit in the past page is Bowser actually being the dad figure of the party in this case.
Correct.
I love that so much.
Yeah.
It's like,
Bowser having
it's kind
characterization. Like, genuinely, that wasn't something that anyone seemed to have thought of before.
Yeah, the people that made this game like kind of got to decide what their personalities were going to be. They were like, okay, let's do something and see if Miyamoto pushes back on it, and he never did.
Perfect.
Yeah, there was so much characterization that was just embraced in the development, and it shows so well.
I mean, the character that Jack Black played in the new Super Mario Brothers movie is basically this Bowser.
Yeah,
like
it's true.
It is just like that kind of like slightly pathetic, overly obsessed, like in his own head, you know, villain character, pseudo villain, not even
the classic workplace Peter principle in action. He doesn't know how he got here, but he definitely deserves to be here. And if anybody disagrees, he's going to make it their problem. And like that character flowed through to like the Mario and Luigi series, Bowser's Inside Story, like a very similarly written Bowser. So to have this stuff come from here and be maintained for so many series and over so many years is really a testament to the legacy of what they did here.
Imagine like being on the development team for this game, like you're 23 years old, just like making this Mario game as an RPG that like you didn't know you were gonna end up being the person to make, and like 30 years later, just some throwaway line that you wrote for Bowser is like canon.
Right. Yeah, no, you joined the Final Fantasy company and they said, hey, make a Mario game. And now here you are.
I mean, another great reference of Bowser's personality from this game being capped is really Partners in Time as well.
Mm-hmm, for sure.
When it's him and Bowser Jr.
Yeah.
Because all of those cutscenes, he definitely is the fatherly figure to his younger self.
Right.
But their interactions are just hilarious the entire way through.
Yep.
Agreed.
All right, time to lie to a child really quick here. We're not really Mario.
Definitely not Mario. Feet firmly planted, no jumping here.
Gotta save the
I love this scene in particular. It just reminds me of that scene from Spaceballs where, no sir, I didn't see you playing with your dolls again. And they they like broke the fourth wall with it. They like did this like weird kind of like self-insert, like everybody in the world is like in on the great struggle between, you know, Peach and Mario and Bowser, and apparently Geno exists. Just it's so good. Also, this is the best cutscene.
Agreed.
Show of hands in chat, like, who cried when they saw this for the first time? Me!
Right?
I'm raising my hand.
The only way this cutscene could have been better is if it was also the way to announce that Geno was playable in Smash.
Oh, well, we're gonna get that, like, next year, probably.
Fair. Yeah.
I hope so.
I'm starting the discourse. I'm starting the discourse.
Smash Ultimate 2.
They like update the FMV, and it's instead of like it's, you know, he stumbles out the door and then there's just the quick like Geno joins the fight or whatever.
He trips over an envelope and picks it up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, all of the cutscenes in this game made me cry in one way or another. This cutscene made me cry the most, though.
Yeah. These were people making these additions to the remake who understood the idea of, you know, what the original game actually was versus what you saw in your head. This is absolutely the version of it you saw in your head with the cutscenes in the original.
Absolutely. I don't have any proof of this because, like, the development team that worked on this game, I think, are they're held to be a lot more tight-lipped than the original developers were, and so I don't have any proof of this because I haven't been able to get anybody to answer me. I feel like a lot of the people that worked on this game were fans of the original or had played the original. I don't have any direct proof of that, but I feel like the proof is kind of in the pudding.
It'd be that much more impressive if they weren't. It's the easiest thing to believe that they were.
Well, and like I'll just build on that and specifically say I think they were fans of the speedrun because some of the stuff they left in the game, or like we said, or like I showed earlier with the Mac, like there's a Mac skip, but it's like a dialogue skip, not a, you know, skip the boss fight skip. Like there's a moment later, I won't share it for people who haven't seen this run before, but like it's like, oh yeah, they had to have known that that was something that was used in the speedrun, and they chose to leave it in anyway because they thought it was cool.
And as we start hearing Beware the Forest Mushrooms, of course, chat exploding with, oh yeah, best track in the game. No, this is, whether you feel that way or not, this is like absolutely quintessential Yoko Shimomura, along with some of her best and most famous work in the Kingdom Hearts series.
Yeah.
No kidding there.
Or like,
another quick note on the accessibility of this route, although I believe it is the case in the normal route now, but I don't remember for sure, but no wiggler jumps. So if wiggler jumps are something that has ever turned you off from speedrunning this game, you do not have to do wiggler jumps in this route.
As it almost did for you, right, Blaze?
There's a lot of stuff. So the SNES version is a much more technical run and for a lot of different reasons than this run. This is a very beginner-friendly speedrun, like I've mentioned a handful of times. Another thing I'll just mention really quick is in the original version, you had to sell all of your flower items that you got, or at least most of them. You can't sell them in the remake, so you just have to, you get like all that FP that you had to kind of like turn into money in the SNES version. You kind of just get it, and it takes a lot of the pressure off of areas like Booster Hill and stuff later on, where it's like, I can get 8 flowers, I can get 12 flowers, I kind of don't care. Whereas in the original, I mean, Pidge, I'm sure you know the number, but I'm assuming you had to get like 13, 14, 15 to make the run like a really good run.
The number has like changed over the many years that I've been speedrunning this game, but I think it's something like, back when I was running it, I think that 7 was like the minimum you needed to be absolutely safe, and like 13 I think was the ideal.
Yeah.
I spend way too much time on Booster Hill these days because,
Yeah, you were talking about this earlier. Go ahead.
The upcoming version of SMRPG Randomizer, which only works for SNES, I don't know anything about randomizing the remake. I know a guy who does, but I don't know anything about it. So SNES Randomizer, I've been working on a new release of it for probably the last 5 years or so. It's almost ready for a public beta, and I recently added like all 16 of the Booster Hill flowers to the pool, and that was like incredibly hard to do. So like, I basically have Booster Hill like memorized at this point. It's kind of terrifying.
Insert me here in GIF form doing the Street Fighter 90s cartoon, the M Bison. Yes! Yes!
Yes!
I know more about the code of Booster Hill than I ever needed to know in my lifetime. So.
I do want to jump in and just talk about this fight for a second. I'm going to do a toad assist here, and I'm looking for a very specific item, hopefully. So I'm going to use a pause buffer to get it. Maybe. Hello? Okay. And I got it. Okay, so I wanted the mushroom for two reasons. First of all, the power-up really helps to get through this fight more efficiently because he does do the button locking. And I specifically want the mushroom because that lets me continue to power up Mario's jump attack. So anyway, you can keep going now. I just wanted to talk about that really quick, and now I'm just going to jump on Bowyer a lot.
Oh, I didn't really have anything more to say about Booster Hill.
I mean, I could add who do Mario and Mallow think they are rushing into battle like this with their fists flying? Are they like Bruce Lee or something? But yeah, that's the one and only toad assist we're going to see during the game, because by the time we get our boost meter filled up again, we're going to have a little bit something different going on now that we have 3 fighters instead of 2.
Yeah, and they actually retrofitted this fight to be the tutorial for that triple attack system, so we're going to see that here in just a second.
I do also want to mention, as you probably already noticed, that we have been manipulating Bowyer to make it so that the item is the thing that's locked out every time, so minimal interruption to our DPS.
Yeah, I don't remember who found it, but you can sneak in 1 honey syrup. So I do that before the first button lock, and then all I can do after that is jumps. So it's also really important that I keep chain in this fight, because if I drop chain, I will not get the damage to end the fight on that jump. So that was a perfect fight, other than it took me a few tries to get the pause buffer I needed for the power mushroom. So
Very nice.
All right, well, we don't have any buttons, so now what are we going to do?
That was a beautiful fight.
Yeah, very well done.
Thank you. I'm going to use my the more you know attack, as I like to call it.
You didn't know we had a minus button. You had 30 years to be prepared for this, and yet.
So that automatically ends the fight. It's not a damage thing or anything. Like I said, it's just kind of like the tutorial, so...
It's like a really clever place in the game for them to introduce triple attacks. Like, I absolutely love how they worked that in.
Yeah, same. We're only going to be using 2 triple attacks during the run. We'll use that one, which is called Star Riders. That one deals physical type damage, and then we will use a different one later on that is Mallow, Mario, and Bowser, called Clown Car Barrage. That one is magical damage, and it is AoE as well, whereas Star Riders is a single target attack.
Yeah, it trivializes a couple of fights that are kind of notorious from the SNES version, so look forward to that.
Yeah, it does help quite a bit. And we got another star.
All right, everyone, hands up.
Hands are up.
Got to get those Mario uppies in.
Mario's proportions may not make sense if you think about them too much. The idea that that's as far as his hands can go over his head. You know what? Don't worry about it. It's video games.
Whose body proportions really don't make any sense? Mallow's. Just like...
yeah, fair.
Notice a few things about Mallow that are just kind of like, oh, really? It's a little interesting, but you know what? We love Mallow.
Mallow is but one shape. Cloud.
I was going to say friend, but also good.
Yeah.
Even though technically it's tadpole shaped. But.
Yes.
Fun little note on this part of the run. So I never actually go back into Rosetown again. So unfortunately, Rosetown is still going to be stuck in perpetual darkness. Sorry, Rosetown.
Sorry, everyone.
I'm going to get new weapons for everybody here. And then I'm also going to get the best armor in the game, which is the work pants. Whoops. Everybody put your pants on. It's time to get to work.
Work pants are
I was already
amazing.
wearing some, so I'll see about getting another pair of pants. I'll be right back.
And then we're going to head into the mines. The mines have a couple interesting sequences. The first part is not particularly interesting, but after that there's a couple fun things. And then I will just sort of preview for everybody who is going to be sticking around about 8 minutes from now, there is a new skip that was found in the Moleville Mines that I will be trying to do. It is very hard. It is basically frame perfect, but if I get it, it's going to save like 10 to 15 seconds. So I really hope I get that to show it off for everybody here on the GDQ stage. So
Chad is actually saying that the reason you were able to get those work pants is because they have all unequipped their work pants. So there were extras in stock for us to buy.
there's
Which is mighty
so many
kind of
work
them.
pants. Yeah.
Chad is also wondering why work pants are the best armor in the game. If you have a moment to talk about that.
They're the only armor that you can get that also boosts attack, which is just you really want, all the attack that you can get, basically.
Yeah, attack and speed, and they're like the
Yeah.
only purchasable armor that can do that for you.
Yep. All right. We're going to start by giving ourselves a concussion, as one does.
Yeah, because we have to jump on that spring in order to progress the story, because Croco ends up just taking all of our stuff while we're unconscious.
Yeah.
And now we gotta go chase him down and get our stuff back.
I love how it's like a required story event, like for Mario to just look at a trampoline and like not pay attention to what's surrounding it and just like bonk his head on the ceiling. It's like, no, you actually have to do this to progress the game. Like you have to have a dingus moment.
Yep, this is forced. Yes, no, that's absolutely the best way you could have put it. So thank you.
It's like it's just so like on brand for exactly how Mario is characterized in this game, and I love it.
Yeah, no, it's character development. Mario sees something he can jump on, and he's going to do that.
I think like this might be like the funniest version of Mario that there has ever been.
No, genuinely, like master of pantomime, doesn't take himself too seriously, is willing to be rude to his friends, including Princess Peach, who he was there to rescue in the first place.
Yeah.
Oh boy, the Croco 2 miss has already shown up.
Yeah,
So it has.
that is something that frequently happens on this fight. This is the first fight where your physical attacks can miss. So there's a chance that my physical attacks will miss now. Jump does not miss, thankfully, but it does technically do a little bit less damage than Mario's attacks would. But we got to keep jumping because we got to keep that powered up for the run. So
The counter
is,
is important.
I think like the Croco fight, regardless of which version or which category you're running, is like going to be basically the same.
yeah. Yeah, the fights in this dungeon in particular are just not that interesting because it's just like attack / jump until the enemy is no more. So
Well, they fixed my favorite bug in the Punchinello fight.
oh, what's that?
If you do 100 super jumps on Punchinello, it doesn't count.
Oh gosh,
Yeah.
that would be
There
terrible.
was
to
one
find out.
place in the original to not do 100 super jumps.
Yeah,
I think-
that was absolutely the spot because you do them and it's just like, oh, your record stands at 0, but I did 100.
I have proof.
I have a funny story about that, but I'll wait until after the bombs because like it's interesting movement.
I wanted him to move a little closer, but this should be fine. Yeah, no problem.
Nice.
Very good.
Very nice, very nice. So Punchinello, I think it was a couple years ago, I was making low-level practice saves. Like, that's a cursed sentence, don't ever repeat it. And I was, so what I was doing was I was making practice saves and I was trying to put in the file name how many jumps Mario had done. And I noticed that when I was on Knife Guy Great Guy, my jump count was the same as it was before Punchinello. And I'm like, wait, that's not right. I used jump
no.
like 6 times in that fight. And I kept like trying it again and I realized like, he actually doesn't persist anything to memory when the game when the battle aborts itself in the middle of a scripted event. Like, it doesn't use the normal exit sequence that most enemies do, or that like Jinx does when he just like ends the battle with no EXP. Just none of that happens. It just exits prematurely and does not persist anything to memory that happened in that fight. So that meant like, oh, if you do 100 super jumps, it also doesn't count. So recently, I think I met probably the only person in the world who did 100 super jumps on Punchinello. and they did it with jump shoes on, and they thought that meant you can't do 100 super jumps with jump shoes on. That won't count, because that actually was a rumor for a while that you just like it wouldn't count if you had jump shoes on. And I went back a couple of years and I actually did it. I'm like, why have we been saying this for like 10 years. This is wrong. You can totally do it.
Right.
And so like I met somebody online and they were saying you can't do 100 super jumps and jump shoes. I'm like, no, wait, actually you can. Like, look at this video. And after like a lot of back and forth, it turned out they had done it on Punchinello. And I'm like, you might be the actual unluckiest person on planet Earth. I'm so sorry right now.
You literally schoolyard rumored yourself. Very sorry.
Yeah, I'll talk about doing jumps with jump shoes in about 45 minutes in a little more detail.
That will be relevant here.
Yeah. Doing, at least in this version, I don't remember how it is in the original, but doing 100 super jumps in this version is quite a bit harder than not wearing them for a specific reason that I'll talk about later. But anyway, we found another star, and we're a little bit of a mess, but we got there.
I appreciate that at least in SMRPG canon, bob-ombs are like the equivalent of the Saturday morning cartoon bomb. They don't actually hurt anyone, but they will cover you in a frankly unbelievable amount of soot.
Yes.
All right, hands up, everyone.
Puppies time.
That one went up in the sky by itself and then came back down.
We got to help Mario.
It's like, oh wait,
with a
Mario
wingspan-
has to put me up there.
Yeah. With a wingspan like that, Mario's going to need all the help he can get to make sure the star gets all the way up there.
All right, so after this, we're going to go to the minecarts section. The skip that I was talking about a little earlier is a skip that gets you from the third screen to the fourth screen. I'll kind of point it out when we get there, but in the meantime, I'll just be trying to do good minecart. So maybe not
Blaze,
great
you got
minecarts,
this.
but I'll be trying to do very proficient minecart.
You got
I'm looking
this,
forward to
Blaze.
this.
Starting by honking my horn, as one does.
Always.
Always gotta honk your horn.
Yes.
People in chat asking if Mario needs help getting things off the top shelf at the grocery store. I think he needs help getting anything off that's not the bottom shelf.
Can he just jump up there?
Ooh, I didn't think about it like
In
that.
theory.
He's just got to make sure to carry it. Well, I mean, with a short wingspan, he doesn't have to worry about carrying stuff close to his body. So if he just comes down with it, as long as it's not going to get like shaken up, you know, so any soda that's not on the bottom shelf, you might ask for help.
So screen 1. Screen 2 is all about getting coins optimally, so hopefully that will go well. I'm thinking back to how my river went, and I'm like nervous all of a sudden that there's something wrong with like my jump button, but I think we're good.
And you got this.
Yeah.
Got
You're
this.
looking good.
Yep, that was fine.
Nice. Very nice room too.
All right, so there is a known skip on this screen, which is right here. That's been known about basically since the game came out, except maybe by Pid. So the skip is coming up in here in a second. I'm gonna try to boost into it.
Here we go.
Let's see if I get it here. Oh, that was way off. Hold on. I might still actually be able to get it. Okay, I boosted too early, and I was actually almost able to recover into it. But basically, you jump into that corner, and if you jump just far enough, you get out of bounds, and it warps you to the next section. So I didn't get it there, which is a little annoying. But I have gotten it. I actually got it in a practice run last night. It's really cool skip. Definitely recommend checking it out. The one positive I will say is now I don't have to worry about my coins quite so much because you miss a whole bunch of coins when you get that skip. And it's not like you're short later on, but it can be a little bit more dicey, and I don't want to put myself in a situation where like I have to decide which bomb I don't buy, so.
That skip was found like relatively recently, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. It was only found maybe like 3 or 4 months ago. I think it was kind of just like a glitch hunter in the community that showed up one day and was like, "Hey, I was just messing around in the minecart section and I found this skip. Check it out." I want to say their name was like Pizza Hut or something like that, but if I have that wrong, I apologize. But yeah, it was really neat. And then like some other folks in the community kind of figured out a more consistent setup for it. I botched the setup a little bit there, but basically you break into that turn, you hit the turbo, and then if you jump on the exact right frame, it will get you to the spot you need to get out of bounds. So
Yep, and fun fact that we didn't get to cover earlier, but once you finish the minecarting section, if you don't advance the mole's dialogue, Mario just hangs there in midair forever. Mario will never come down. But you can't finish the speed run that way, so...
Yeah, he just
Mario has to
basically-
come down.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, after you get uppies, you have to go back down. It just makes sense.
That is usually how uppies work. There's no perma uppies.
Unless you're on Star Road, apparently. They play by different rules up there.
Yeah. We haven't talked about warping to the world map yet, or just like fast travel in this game in general too. That was another quality of life feature that got added to this game that is just really cool. And definitely shaves a lot of, seconds here and there that really add up over the course of the run. Just warping as opposed to moving, or warping to the world map as opposed to running out of the area that you're in, so... Anyway, did anybody order DoorDash?
I didn't, but I probably should have.
Yeah, I should have as well. Oh well.
Oh, there's somebody out front looking to make a delivery. Let's see what he's up to.
That's my favorite character in the game behind that door.
Excellent choice. All right. Well, I'll wait to ask you in a second, but I got a question for you about him specifically, Pidge. So don't let me forget.
I have more I want to say about him also.
Okay, perfect.
I mean, I've got a question for you, Pidge, dealing with said character. How many hours have we spent talking about him?
I couldn't tell you.
Exactly.
It's like asking me
7
how
generations worth.
Mhm.
7 generations
Probably.
worth. There you go.
One thing I do like about this route, which, by the way, if you can't tell, I'm a big Bowser fan. I'm wearing a Bowser hockey jersey literally right now. Oh, I didn't.
Oh, that's awesome.
That tutorial. That's okay. Sorry, we're just going to be here for a second because Bowser's in the party now. But in the new route, we do use Bowser quite a bit more, which is definitely a difference from most of the routes of the remake that really rely on Mario, Mallow, and Geno to really kind of carry the mail for the speedrun. But we really do like Bowser's attack power. And Mallow does not get kind of the supercharging that we would normally give him with the XP booster. So Bowser kind of is there to pick up the slack, especially in the mid game, when Mallow is a little bit underleveled compared to a lot of the earlier routes of the speedrun. So,
All right, now that we've seen and heard from Booster for the first time, Pidge, what do you think Booster sounds like?
In my head, he sounds like Wario, even though it's been deconfirmed that he was designed to be Wario. Like, that's actually just a coincidence. It was confirmed by one of the game designers.
So, I mean, he could also sound like him as a coincidence.
He could.
My headcanon is basically Wario, but his mouth is constantly full.
of teeth.
Yeah, yeah, there is that. You're not wrong.
You know, what's funny about Booster is that a lot of things, but like in particular, is because we're talking about what he sounds like. In the Japanese version, the original release of SMRPG, in Japanese, like, you know, linguistically, there are a lot of varying degrees of politeness that affect like how your words are conjugated and things like that. And there are a lot of different levels of politeness. And the way that Booster speaks is like the maximum polite that you can speak to another person in Japanese.
Yeah. So if they translated it as unintentionally as possible, it would have been like, I'm terribly sorry that I can't entertain you today.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just British.
Or
He's
Canadian.
like British Wario. Yeah.
British Wario. I hate it.
Why, Blaze? Why?
French Canadian Wario. He's kind of got the lumberjack facial hair going on.
He does. That's true. All right, there's a really cool trick that you can do in this room that I'm unfortunately not good enough to do. But you can like skirt the edge of that save box and do some kind of cool stuff there.
Yeah, you
we
can
got a
technically
browser
run
here.
up the save box onto the platform that we just had to platform over to.
Yep.
That is very hard to do.
Yep. All right, now we're actually going to fight Booster here. So I'm not going to do the normal speedrunner thing where I'm like, oh no, I failed the minigame. Oh no, I better get it this time. Oh no, I failed it again. We're just not going to do the minigame. We're just going to sit here and get into the fight because I need the XP and money that Booster has, and I do not need the Booster Charm, so AKA the amulet.
Yeah, the amulet is like one of the most important items that you can get in the Super Nintendo speedrun, and that's because of the stat boost that it gives you to your magic attack, and also like it cuts elemental damage in half on you. In the remake, that's not really necessary because of the chain bonuses that your party members give you. It's just like outclassed completely by that, and there's just no reason to do the several-minute minigame.
On top of that, just being able to block non-AoE magic attacks.
Yeah, that too.
Really, really cuts down its usefulness.
Hey, Sonny, you want to know something funny?
What's that?
Do you want to hear the name of a new setting in Randomizer?
Uh-oh, what you got?
Shuffle the Mario doll.
Let's go.
All right, so I picked up a rock candy a little bit ago. That's going to be how I get through this screen, or this first part of the fight. And then from there, Booster is weak to jump, as you might expect for somebody who has a large screw or nail stuck out of his head. Ooh, I freebied that rock candy. That's really good.
I mean, that's just free extra damage.
Yeah. By the way, I leave Milo in for that turn, and then I bring him back in here specifically because that gives Mario a boost to his jump attack. And it also sets me up for the next fight where I'm going to use that Clown Car Barrage triple attack, which is these three characters.
It's awesome that you got that rock candy freebie. Freebies in the remake are 33% chance, static no matter what mode you're on and what difficulty you're on and what item you're using, which is quite a bit nicer than the original game, but I actually think that the 33% might have been like a coding oversight just from looking at how it was implemented. But we'll take it. We'll take it.
Yeah. Yep.
I also just like the idea, the fact that that fight shows how dynamic the routing can be, the ability to switch characters in and out at any point, plus the idea that your party composition affects different things about your stats and the way you know, deal damage or take damage. So the fact that you can use that to your advantage so well.
It adds just like such an interesting dimension to routing this game. Like that's just such like a cool mechanic and caveat of that mechanic.
Yeah. The chain stuff also really tickles your improvisation muscles a lot because it is inevitable at certain times during the run. I thought it was gonna, it was gonna be right there because that block does not work the way it is kind of advertised to. But you're gonna lose chain, and you have to figure out the best way to kind of like deal with it, basically. Sometimes there are specific things you might do that you wouldn't normally do during a fight just so you can get your chain back. Or you'll know, like, oh, this is not gonna finish the way that I think it's gonna finish, so I need to be ready to do this instead, like, because I'm gonna run out of FP or something first, so... Or the turn order will be different. A boss will go faster than you would expect, so lots of different stuff there.
Oh, is it break time?
Not quite. It'll be after this. We're going to take our first break after Booster Hill.
After Booster. Got it. Oh, yeah,
Yep.
because you can't exactly pause here. My bad.
I mean, I could just kind of leave it on the text screen, but I think we should do this first, and then we'll take our first break once we get to Marrymore, so...
Yes.
Very fun minigame. I kind of alluded to it earlier. It's not nearly as stressful in the Switch version as it is in the original SNES run. I'm going to be trying to get at least 8 flowers. Hopefully I will do more and also not make a fool of myself in front of SMRPG royalty like Pidge.
Oh,
but
please. I don't judge.
I know.
I'm pretty sure Pidge has seen me just completely drop a Booster Hill at least once or twice.
Okay, that was rude. I don't know.
Look, I've seen myself do that too, so it's no big deal.
This is true.
I've seen myself do that in marathon runs at that.
Yeah.
That too is true.
I like how I phased through that barrel there.
Booster Hill, by far one of my favorite mini games.
Like Midas River, this minigame was also developed by the game's original lead director. When I was like posting, he likes my Twitter posts when I post like screenshots of it. He's really awesome. Loves interacting with fans of this game.
Oh boy, it's Red Barrel time.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the red barrels. You can tell it's been a while since I did a run of this game, but oh man, that makes it so interesting.
Oh boy. I have backups, so it's not like I'm just a little off right now. All right, come here. Let's at least get like 2 more. There we go.
Oh, I just got.
Red.
Oh man, I just
Hitting
thought
the
of
red
something.
barrels is so hard.
Or at least do something
don't.
cool, like jump off 2 sniffets at once.
Are you going to put barrel logic into the randomizer page?
It literally just occurred to me, like right this moment, that I could. I actually could.
That's what I was thinking when you said I just had an idea.
Yeah. I could actually add red barrels to SNES. I could port them back in like it would in randomizer. It would be
That 8
Okay, I got it.
was.
very nice, very nice.
Pulled it out of the
Needed.
fire there at the end. So, all right. So yeah, if we want to go ahead and take our first little stretch break here, that sounds great to me.
All right, yeah. After doing all that running, it couldn't hurt to give ourselves a... Welcome back to Out of the Box on the Games Done Quick Hotfix. My name is Atitri, and we are in a Super Mario RPG remake run already in progress. So let's hop right on into it.
Yeah, sounds good. I'm going to go ahead and restart the timer in 3, 2, 1, go. And we're going to run up here and crash a wedding. That has already been crashed, but we're going to crash it again because we want some cake.
The cake
So
is
it's
still a
getting
little
doubly
bit
crashed.
edible, so we're going to fix that.
It's edible if your name is Booster, apparently, so...
Hey, there's
And I'm going to have the single hardest minigame in the entire game right here. Oops. I have to jump first. That's not the hard part. This is the hard part.
I thought
Sometimes
jumping
remembering
was
to
the
jump
hard
is the hard part, though. That was way off. That looks good. Okay, second try. We'll take
Hey.
that.
Yeah, the one with Bowser here is much easier, as it turns out.
It's like almost, yeah, I messed it up before, so I don't want to say it, but it's very easy.
I mean, larger hitbox, I suppose it makes sense.
Yes. He also, like, oh my god, I did mess it up. Well, he counts, so, like, you know,
True,
unlike the other
true.
one, yeah.
All right, who we going for? Blaze?
We have a very important question though, which
Yep.
is who do we want to get a kiss from Mario? Or who do we want to kiss Mario?
Pidge, Sonny.
I gotta go with Booster Bowser because I made a cross stitch of that one time as a prize for GDQ.
Okay. All right. Can we
Yeah.
get the double, Blaze?
Oh, can we? I don't know about that. Maybe.
I'm all for the Booster Bowser.
That was a prize that I made was for Just Incredibles run in 2019, and he's in the chat.
So I'm assuming that means Mario gets a kiss from Peach then, right?
Yes.
Okay, I can make that happen, I think. As long as they get... This minigame is much easier than the SNES version also, yeah.
Hey Sonny, how would you feel if the wedding gear was shuffled into the item pool?
I mean, you probably already have it being worked on, because I would say yes anyway.
Well, have I got some good news for you?
Now, is it a different check depending on when you collect it?
What does that mean?
I mean, you know, leading to the different scene later. If you get it too late.
Oh no, the cutscene's not in the rando. There's like some cutscene
Okay,
skips
okay,
in.
fair.
Yeah.
All right, it is time for the cake fight. This fight has a lot of RNG. The first phase is pretty scripted though, so hopefully that will all go well.
Please no sandstorm.
You fools! Yeah, sandstorm's a big one.
Yeah, chat, keep your Darude emotes handy.
I love the Tort's attacks, just flailing their arms nonstop.
So good. Whoop, that is fireball.
I mean, they're bakers, not brawlers. This is definitely outside of their skill set. To be fair, baking is also outside of their skill set, but...
Super Smash Bros. Bake.
Okay.
The sequel to Super Smash Bros. Brawl.
Yeah, no, I got you.
I'm glad you did, because I don't know what the heck I'm talking about.
That's fine. You don't have to. If you're in a call with enough people, somebody else will pick it up for you. That's usually how that goes.
I do love
I had
their
a feeling-
stats.
Oh, for
I had a feeling that's where you were going with it, Pidge, but I was just like, I needed to make sure I heard that correctly first.
And what did we agree when you did this run a few weeks ago at Limit Break, Blaze? It was that sticking out of the bottom, that wafer is load bearing.
Yes.
If we just pulled out that wafer, that would probably just end the whole fight. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
Mario doesn't know how to do that.
Yeah, I feel if Mario could target the wafer specifically, this would be like a one-turn fight. It's like a oh, I should have probably been paying attention there. Oh, that's a good start anyway. It's like a seesaw. You just jump on it and like entire cake, like it's
There you go. Fling the cake
upended.
away. Yeah.
yeah.
The equivalent of the ghost train suplex. You just grab the cake by the wafer,
Yes.
throw it on the ground.
I ain't a part of this system.
So we're blowing out the candle.
Sorry, go ahead.
We got one more wave here. No, you're good. Just narrating the fight.
There. Paige, you were talking earlier about Just Incredible or Justin RTA's run at AGDQ 2019, which I was fortunate enough to be there in the audience for when the power went out, among other silly things that happened during that run. But yeah, any memorable moments for you, being part of Marathon showing through this game?
Oh man, I didn't come prepared for that question, because now there's just like a million things in my head.
Sure. I mean, the answer is yes. It's just a matter of sorting through to find the ones that you want to talk about. I get it.
During 2024, when Void was running this as the closer for us GDQ, and he was on the boomer fight, and he was on top of the chandeliers, and the candles in that fight like lagged the fight a bit, so they're a bit notorious. And I said, "Oh, is that what Drill did with all those candles he bought?" And then Void just goes, "Did you just make a Drill reference during my speed run?"
Correct. I mean, look, Void invited you onto the couch. He had to know there was a strong possibility of that happening. Like at that point, them turning to you and saying that, why are you the way that you are? That's on them. That's not on you.
Yeah.
You did exactly what you advertised.
Justin's run in 2019 was awesome. Yeah, like the power roaders that you remembered, and I was sitting there thinking like, just everyone in chat's like asking why he's saving so much, and like actually he's the smartest guy in the room.
Sensed it.
Marathon and also marathon venue safety, as it turns out.
Yeah.
Yep. Booster just doing his cutting an ad for Alka-Seltzer. He can't believe he hit the whole thing.
Like a champ. Yeah, I was also I was in the front row for Void's run in 2024, and that is one of my favorite live GDQ moments for sure that I've ever been a part of.
It was awesome because like weren't you responsible for like everybody like dancing on the B couch?
I mean, I was trying to be dance captain, but I feel like people would have done it anyway, so I won't take credit for that. But like,
I'll give you credit for it because I think everyone I talked to after gave you credit for it.
I'll take it. But yeah, that was a really special finale for me and a lot of people, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
Fun and memorable for a variety of reasons. I was backstage doing a new volunteer role for the first time. They're like, "Oh yeah, no, this one will be easy. This is the finale. Everyone's here. Nothing could go wrong." And then people start breaking down the GDQ uses a 2-stage system to help cut down on setup between runs. And so they started
Yeah.
breaking down the stage they weren't going to use anymore, and they accidentally disconnected the hosting station. So I was on one of the positions that like had to scramble to figure out what to do with that information.
So fun fact on that too. So I'm actually a producer for GDQ, and I was sitting in the front row, and I was like 99% sure what went wrong.
Sure.
And I think everybody backstage was still trying to figure out what may have happened. So I was either in Slack or Discord or something trying to tell them, like, I think they just unplugged the host mic when they were breaking down Far Stage, and like everybody backstage was like trying to figure out and diagnose what had happened, and it turned out that was, I believe, actually what happened. And it was funny because like I'm sitting there trying to enjoy the run, but like anybody who's ever been a part of a marathon before knows that like if something breaks, like everybody wants to try to help fix it. And I was trying to help maybe like diagnose the issue from the front row of the finale run.
Yeah,
which was a really cool run for me, like in the chaos, partially because I just wanted like the show to be the best it could be, and it was in retrospect just a really funny moment. But there was that added layer of unique, memorable experience for me as well. So
for sure, yeah, no, I believe you were right about that. The harder thing was to figure out how to plug it back, like what to plug it back into. Now that they've started carrying things away to be packed up.
Yeah, that was a very fun conversation to be party to, while I was, like I said, in the front row, like watching everything happen in real time. So good stuff. And anyway, this is like the longest cutscene in the game, so I'm glad we got to have a nice little chat while that was going on.
In putting on marathons, as in speedrunning, sometimes adaptability is one of the best skills you can have. Ask the Final Fantasy finale from a few events ago.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, does anybody in the audience remember know how to get past this fight now that it's all gone off the rails?
Oh, 6FF5.
FF5.
I remember
Is FF5, right. Yeah. They were checking on like game facts and stuff like that.
Because I believe that run, the Sid who's in chat was on the couch for, and everybody was trying to figure it out.
That was a very fun problem in a different way, but yeah, I'm glad they got through it, of course. That was another really good finale, a lot of fun there. As you can probably tell, I am a sucker for the RPG finale at GDQs, which we'll get another incredible one at SGDQ this year with Expedition 33, so hopefully everybody's excited for that.
Very much so. Yeah, looking forward to that a lot.
All right, so we're just kind of doing a little bit of story progression, a little bit of cleanup here. We've got Peach. We've got to go to Tadpole Pond, advance the story there, do a little bit of shopping, and then we'll be kind of back on the Star Piece hunt.
Yeah, in some of my notes for different versions of this game, I have in all caps, bold, highlighted, and underlined. Talk to Frog Fuchsius.
Yep. So I'm going to go ahead and spend my frog coins here. I'm going to get a couple different items here at the Frog Coin Emporium. I'm going to get 3 Sleepy Bombs, 2 Party Energizers, and 1 Party Bracer. And then we are going to go to Marymore, and then we're going to go to Star Hill. Couple of the biggest shops in the runner in this sequence as well, so some good menuing and shopping stuff here.
That's a fun little map warp that you did there to get to Star Hill.
Mm-hmm.
I always forget about that being a thing.
There's some kind of weird, there's some logic where it's like it won't let you map or like fast travel to a place that you haven't been to yet, but you can go to the next best place and then just kind of go from there. But I kind of like the one where I'm already at the Frog Sage, aka Frog Fuchsius, and I just map warp back to the front because it's faster than jumping across the tadpoles again. Ooh, I knew he was there and I ran into him anyway. That's okay.
Yeah, Justin actually pointing out what I was about to say for Star Hill. This is the most beautiful area in the game, which leads me into a question of how many people broke down in tears when they got to this area.
I did. I
sure did.
I had to stop and take a moment when I saw this for the first time.
You and me both.
Yeah. Well, and then they changed some of the stuff about what the stars actually say too, which is super cool. So.
It was really cool getting to experience this for the first time with my partner, Seancast, because like he and I met through SMRPG speedrunning 10 years ago, so the remake coming out like after we started living together was like pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's the stories that you have to tell personally about SMRPG, and just like perfectly dovetail into the game itself and the kind of special moment that a lot of people have to share about it. So I'm always happy to hear you gush about just SMRPG and its influence in your own life, Bidge. So thank you for
I've
sharing
got
that
so
with
much
us.
to say about this game.
I mean, that's how you and I became friends in person back in 2019, as you were practicing SMRPG
Oh
at
yeah.
that limit break, and I came by while you were practicing, and we started talking, and then we got into talking about SMRPG and just both of our love for the game.
That actually reminded me, because I was asked about like fun marathon moments earlier. That was another one, but that was like me on on playing instead of on the couch. I did 100 super jumps on Hayden before Johnny, and I didn't tell anybody that I was going to do that. So like after that fight, I think it was Void was like, "Did you just do 100 super jumps?" I'm like, "Yeah." And everyone was like, "Okay," like clapping starts at that.
The most no-sold 100 super jumps ever recorded.
I was like just doing it as a warm-up, and then I kept going, so because like, it was most of the stuff you have to fight him.
Well, I'm already at like 20 or
that
30
XP
deep.
star, by the way, was not super easy, so I'm glad I got that first try.
Yeah, the moment for the stars in this game is like deceptively difficult.
Yeah, especially that one. You have to jump over one of the dividers there. So there's some very
Yeah,
careful
there's a
terrain.
couple spots where you almost have to like toe tap, is sort of the way I describe it. You have to kind of like toe tap a couple of the stars as you're moving. That went pretty well. It's pretty safe if you do it well, and it's not that hard to get consistent at it, but it does take a little bit of practice, so. I'm gonna grab this free flower right here since my flowers on Booster Hill were a little lower than I would like. I'm probably one of the only people who doesn't know Pidge originally through SMRPG, because I got to know Pidge through the Final Fantasy IV randomizer community. And then
That's
afterwards
right.
I found out like all of the stuff about how you were so good at Super Mario RPG, and that was kind of fun for me at the
thank
time.
you.
But yeah. Yeah.
I actually have an FF4 emote. I'm gonna post it in chat.
FF4 head?
Oh, I wish. That's an FFZ.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I post a Pain Man hiding behind the moon. Like that's my lurk emote.
That's
You
embarrassing.
hit the second box one too many times, but it,
Yeah, I got a little jump happy. Usually I say like Merles on accident if I mess up, so.
The classic Merles.
Oh, Merles. Yeah, we've all had a Merles moment.
Shoutouts to Marls.
We got Geno Boost now. Geno Boost is a really powerful ability in this game where it boosts your attack and defense. There's certain accessories in the game that also will do that automatically, but otherwise, Geno Boost it is. We'll see how many freebies we get with these fire bombs here. So far, 0, but that's okay.
Because like
know
you buy
it's-
those fire bombs in Seaside Town to make this fight a bit faster since we have the money for it. Is that right?
Yep.
It's basically like
Yeah,
the original game. Yeah, because everything in this fight is weak to fire, and Geno Boost increases the damage on item attacks as well.
I don't know what it says about our runner that there was a shout out to Moonblaze Wolf in Twitch chat right after we said shout out to Merles. Is there something you should tell us?
Merle Blaze Wolf. My
Okay,
alias.
got it.
Yeah.
King Calamari, though. Also one of my beloved bosses.
One thing I didn't point out when it happened, but we actually bought the Hurley glove for Bowser there. That's
yeah.
going to be his
Best weapon.
last weapon upgrade. It's also just really fun, so I hope we get lots of fun Hurley glove shenanigans in this run. Hey,
Nice.
first try. That
Nice
is
quick execution
nice.
on that room.
Nice. just get to throw Mario all over the place.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Especially with the
Maybe
time
we'll see
hit
some-
where he bounces and changes directions on the comeback.
Oh yes,
Yeah, it's
I
just
forgot about
delightful.
those.
We'll see if we get some doll hurleys at some point. Oh, this is the worst room in the game. Let's see how it goes today. You get away. Okay, no encounters. We'll take it.
Okay.
Nice,
Yep, that
nice.
worked
Can you buffer like your initial movements in that room to avoid the fish, or is that like kind of went the way of the dinosaur in the old game?
I don't do it that way. It does feel like he consistently kind of moves towards you, so you have to go around the back, but
Okay.
not always, I guess.
Yeah. I know in SNES, like, you can kind of, like, buffer a downright movement to avoid them, but I don't remember if that is also doable in this game. Like, the platforming is still very different, and it's very interesting to me.
I'll have to pay a little more attention, or I'm sure if somebody is up on that, they'll confirm in the chat, but my strategy for that room is pray.
That's
And-
the
and
low level
try to-
strategy.
Try to make good choices, and it worked out that time, so.
This sounds like trying to backtrack through that staircase when you're doing low level. Oh, that's awful.
Terrible.
All right, and so we have one more round of red bandana sharks here, and then we have the very notorious Johnny fight, so we will see how that goes today.
Well, Blaze, before you jump into the Johnny fight, how dare you dodge the barrel?
How dare
How
you?
dare
dodge
you?
the bear?
Who do you think you are?
Bruce Lee?
Oh, okay. Well, I guess Bruce Lee is allowed to dodge the barrel.
Yeah,
I feel like
that's
Bruce
fine.
Lee could dodge. I would be genuinely surprised also if Mario dodged the barrel, so
Yes.
it's definitely a mood. All right, I'm going to do a quick safety save here just because. And then it is time for the Johnny fight. This is
Let's
really
do it.
scripted. There's a specific number of super jumps I need to do in this fight. It is not 100 like I mentioned before. And this is the only time I'm going to do super jumps in the entire run. So if you are a super jump enjoyer, please enjoy. And hopefully I won't mess it up too badly.
Good luck, friendo.
Yeah, thank you.
Hurley glove moment.
Yes. We'll do the super jumps next round. First round is like set up. And losing my chain apparently, which is going to be a little awkward, but I probably will just do some extra super jumps to compensate, so should be fine. Darn it. Okay, we'll get it on the second round.
Yeah. Go Blaze.
We got this.
Okay, that was more than enough.
Awesome.
We're through.
Just short of the joke. No.
Yeah, it's okay.
No funny, no funny
all
number
right.
today. No meme.
I
about
may
side
have
pitch.
been trying for a funny number.
I would have popped off so hard.
the pitch number, if you will.
Yeah, that was much less pain than I experienced at RPG Limit Break about a week and a half ago. So sometimes that's just how it be, though.
You clutched that out nicely.
It was very good.
Thanks. Yeah, just got to learn how to like turn your brain off. There's a really, at least for me, like I think people use different cues. What has always kind of consistently worked for me, super jumping, is I don't actually imagine I'm jumping. I imagine I'm controlling Johnny's head, and I'm button pressing to yeet Mario back up into the sky. So there's a lot of different ways you can do it, though. There's no right or wrong way to super jump.
I was about to say, we use very different visual cues, because the way that I actually did my super jumps casually was I ended up watching Mario's shadow.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say they watch the shadow. That has never worked for me for some reason. One thing I didn't mention is in the original route that I learned for this run, you don't have the jump shoes on, and when you use the jump shoes, Mario is like spinning on each jump, so there's like actually 4 different animations, and they're all a little bit different, which was really hard for me to learn when I started learning this new route, because it does sort of rely on the jump shoes to do some extra damage. After that, after this next sequence, we pretty much won't use the jump shoes anymore. But it actually took me a really long time to like relearn the visual cue just because of the jump shoes. So
It is very difficult. Like, even regardless of which version of the game you're playing, like, it is harder to do with jump shoes on if you're used to not doing it like that. Because like you said, it adds an extra animation to it.
Yeah, and some of it's just like, yeah.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, all I was going to say is, like, it's just that general thing, too, of, like, I learned how to do it this way, and now you're making me do it differently. Like, this is going to be challenging for my brain, so.
Yeah. Like, I remember when I set out to prove that once and for all that, like, you can get a super suit with jump shoes on, I remember, like, having to do a couple takes because it was actually pretty difficult.
No, I believe it.
Even though it's cool because, like, you know, it's meant to reference how, like, when you spin jump in the original, like, Mario World, like, you can defeat anything even if it's normally immune to jump, which is like, okay, well, that's very clever. But the animation, oh my goodness.
Shot would like you to look at Bowser's HP pitch.
Yeah!
It made an appearance!
Yep.
Let's
go!
That's why he's the king.
That's right.
But yeah, we've talked a couple times about routing differences, you know, having to learn how to do things with jump shoes when you weren't before, routing out the XP booster. Were you involved in any of that routing plays, or was that down to, like, the community's figured this out, you enjoy this game and want to keep running it, so now you need to learn how to do the new thing?
Yeah, so the funny thing I would say about that is Breezy as a category was mainly routed originally by myself and Phantom 5800, who
cool.
I did ask Phantom if they could be here for this run. They unfortunately were still working because it's a little early for them where they are.
Yeah.
But I've always had a particular interest in this particular category just because I don't want to be like a speedrunning purist about it, but like the requirements of beating the game on an easier mode is going to always be a little bit less than a normal mode. And obviously, Super Mario RPG has a lot of history and pedigree and stuff like that. But like in theory, like this version, this category should be the fastest category. So I was always kind of fascinated with it from that point of view. And then, you know, Phantom and myself and then Kakeshi were the ones who kind of really worked on the different routing and things like that. And I would say too, like, there was some stuff that we found that ended up kind of like translating back into the normal speedrun as well, as something that maybe we brought there that they weren't necessarily aware of. So in a lot of ways, it really is a community effort and a lot of like swapping ideas back and forth. But I've always been very, like I said, fascinated with this category in particular. So
yeah, and sometimes that's how it goes. It's just that one idea that hooks you. It's like, yeah, so everybody does it this way, but what if I added this thing into it? Would that make, you know, is that a worthwhile adjustment? What else would have to ripple through, especially a longer run like this? You know, you make one change at a point an hour and 20 minutes in, and suddenly the entire run up to that point actually has to be done in a different way to account for that. Or sometimes
Yeah.
it gets to the point where it's even like you invent your own new category based on a new way of doing things.
Yeah, and I definitely have to credit Phantom. Phantom was one of the people who very early on said like, hey, super jumps are really slow in the remake and we don't need the super suit, so just like don't worry about getting it. Just get the attack scarf. So that was definitely credit to Phantom for kind of like working on labbing that and sort of confirming that that was the case.
And you know, I've never like actually measured this with a metronome or anything, but when I was just looking at the strict frame math, it's like, oh, okay, well, super jump has a 69 BPM instead of 80.
Nice.
So it is quite a bit slower.
Yeah, it is much slower in the remake, and like you said, yeah, every super jump is a little bit more than 1 second. So oh, we got our special enemies. That's another new thing in the remake. We do not.
Oh
want to
yeah, I
fight
forgot all
those.
about that.
Took a little bit before special enemy showed up, but
Yeah,
it finally showed up.
Yep, definitely later on average than that text box normally appears, but it's going to happen during the run sooner or later.
yep.
Yeah, because like it can't show up in boss fights or anything like that.
No.
It could show up on the machine-made Eurydivic, but that's where you don't want to see it.
Right.
He likes to be special.
That's true.
So do these ones, I have noticed, it seems like. But I don't know if it's like certain enemies have a higher percentage or not, but this is
Nope.
probably where
So?
most times in the speedrun it'll happen in this sequence right here, so.
Well, and with encountering 3 Shoguns each battle, it makes sense that the odds are gonna
Yeah.
way more in favor of getting a special one.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, I reverse engineered the formula for this one time, and I just don't remember how it works at all.
All right, we are only going to do this XP star, by the way. We're not going to go and spend the 400 coins on the bonus one. So again, this is just kind of like very point A to point B, low level, not a lot of extra bells and whistles and stuff. Oh, I just missed that last one. That's okay.
Low level
I
mention.
was going to say, did somebody say low level?
If you don't want to do low level, but you want to do a low level speedrun of SMRPG, this is the route for you.
That's like how I originally got recruited into SMRPG speedrunning. Was I was doing like not a true low level, but just like don't get any extra EXP than you need. Run through the game casually, and Milnium saw me and he's like, "Hey, you want to speedrun?" I said no. Well, he changed my mind. So.
All right, there's a really cool skip in this next room. Hopefully I'll get it first try. Kind of let it speak for itself here. Nope, did not get it first try. We'll get it quick. This one I'm pretty proficient at. This one I'm pretty proficient at. Hold on. There we go.
There we go.
Nice.
There it is.
NPC,
That
no,
was,
you're a platform. Sorry. I don't know. I don't know if anyone's ever told you before.
I think that was one of the first sequence breaks that was discovered in the remake.
Yeah. Yep, this was one of the not found on day one things, but I think it was found before Void's
It was in the first week for sure, because I remember being at my in-laws and like that was the week the game came out when we were making videos of it.
Nice.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was the first week of the game being out that it was found,
Okay.
because that allowed this section of the game to break open a bit more.
Yeah. Hi, Balloon. Bye, Balloon. That is a little annoying. That is also a little annoying, but that was my fault, so I will not blame the boss for that. Oh, now we're gonna get cloned. You know what I'm gonna do? I have that. Oh, I'll do that on the second one. Okay. I was going to use that extra rock candy I had from earlier, but not needed. And I got a little bit of extra XP that I might have missed out on that last star. So we'll call that a
All comes out in the wash.
happy little accident. Yeah, exactly. All right, so we're going to get our reward here for our super jumps, which is the attack scarf that I mentioned earlier. He's really impressed if you get 67 super jumps.
I believe it. You'll have to try it for yourselves to see.
Yes.
I'm also very impressed at 67 super jumps.
Oh, right. That's the second cutscene. I was just like, where are the Sky Troopas?
They have not been summoned yet.
No,
But
no.
now they will be.
No.
The only place left is up, but how do we go up?
Uppies? We need uppies.
Sergeant Flutter. Sergeant Flutter is one of my favorite characters in the game. For the reason of he tries to be as strict as possible with his time.
Mm-hmm.
Makes him
Holds
the perfect
himself
speedrunner.
personally accountable.
Yeah. 0.67 or yeah, I think it's 0.67.
It's not
something like that.
0.67. You just imagined that.
How many milliseconds?
It's what it
Oh,
feels
how funny
like.
would that be, though? But yeah, it's not.
It would have been hilarious.
If
But
this game
it's
came out
some
just a year or
small
two later.
fraction. Yeah, it's some small fraction of a second late, and he's just like, I hope it's still personally accountable. Holy cow. Words are hard.
True. Doubly so when other people are listening to you say them.
Okay, cool. I got something first try in this run. We'll take that.
Nice 10.65.
Hooray!
Should have been 200ths of a second slower.
All right.
Yeah.
Avoid
Just making sure I was good there. All right. Off to Bean Valley, home of the bees. I knew, I could tell he was locked in on me there. Okay, we got away.
I hadn't just seen it for myself. The way you described that would have led me to believe it was BEE''N Valley. Bean Valley.
Bee Valley,
Yeah,
pretty
pretty
much.
much.
No, it is B Valley.
All right, so we're gonna use our second party. Well, I have an extra one. I have an extra couple things here, so.
Yeah, you freebied the one on.
And I got two freebies
Okay.
now. All right. Keep track of those freebies here.
Remember how we said there's a 33% chance to freebie? Yeah, it shows up more often than not.
XCOM probabilities. When you need
Yes.
them the most, no chance. But when you're not expecting them, you're good.
This game definitely has a sense of humor about some of that stuff too. Like usually it's the last item that you've been saving. That's the one that'll freebie
Right.
when you would normally run out. So
Speaking of another freebie,
yeah.
I love freebieing the sleepy bomb and nothing else.
Yeah, I am gonna actually use that extra firebomb here for sure. Because the normal strat is you just do basic attacks on this boss and the splash damage is enough to kill the two extra ones, but I would prefer to not do that, so. There we go.
yeah, Justin. If Justin's here, freebie luck is up every single time.
I'm getting the Justin bump.
Oh, you absolutely are.
So freebies in this game are interesting because in the original release, most items, freebies are actually hard-coded into the item animation, and it's like hard-coded per item. So most items you had a 25% chance of freebieing it, but there were a couple, one of which is a red essence and the other was... I don't remember. It was something like really stupid and obscure that didn't really have any good reason to only be 12%, but those are only 12%. In the remake, it's 33%, and the reason I think that is because when I was looking at the code for it, they use like a random randint function in Unity, and there are two random functions that the game uses. One of which is like a float range, and one is an integer range. With the float one, you specify a lower bound and an upper bound, and it's inclusive of the upper bound. With the int one, it's not inclusive of the upper bound. But they use the int one and put like 0 to 3, which looks like it was meant to be inclusive of the upper bound, so it ended up being only 33% instead of 25%.
Paige, was the other 12.5 the Yoshi aid?
I don't think so. It might have been. Let me look. This is gonna bother me. It might have been the Yoshi aid, actually.
Okay. And while Pidge is doing her own research, and because people in chat are having some version of the soda versus cola versus pop debate, and I don't have another place to mention this, I just want to mention that I went onto the Super Mario wiki earlier when we were talking about item names and like versions differences. And did you all know that the Dutch names for all of the colas are mildly disturbing? The Dutch version of Coca-Cola translates to swamp milk.
What?
Finless Cola is the trench smoothie.
What?
Frogleg Cola is pond refresher. And Tadpola Cola is nest nectar.
Wow.
That is mildly disturbing.
Dutch, such a beautiful language.
That's incredible. Love that. Oh, I found the other item. It's pure water. Pure water has a 12% chance. Pure water and red essence. Don't ask me why it's those two.
Let's get rid of ghosts in a wink.
I was about to say pure waters are extremely strong.
I guess that's true, but you can only like really use them in like 2 areas of the game. Well, okay, I guess 3.
3.
4, if you include Barrel Volcano.
Can
Maybe it's more than I thought.
Can a ghost enemy spawn in Barrel Volcano?
The dry bones.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Duh.
Or the Vomers, as they're called.
Yeah. I always forget Vomers are in Barrel Volcano because it's like we never actually get into a fight with them.
I do have to point out my most egregious issue with the remake, which is the translation of A Plumber's Lament being changed to In Search of Lost Brother, which is just a travesty.
Yes, we get it. You remember Luigi, but
Yeah, remember Luigi, the green one? He exists.
not in this game, and you can't prove it.
I thought he was Green Mario.
Right. Exactly.
Love Green Mario. Yeah.
Green Mario is like my second or third favorite flavor of Mario.
Swamp Mario.
Exactly.
As the Dutch call it.
I mean, his outfit when he's green in Smash looks like Swamp Mario.
True.
All right, so kind of like with the curtain minigame earlier, we are going to just fight Dodo because it's faster and we don't need the feather. So, one less minigame to have to do. Although the fights are also fairly challenging, and this one is no exception, so...
But the Dodo minigame.
You can still
by the
enjoy
way-
the nice music, though. But go ahead. Go ahead, Pidge.
So by the way, Dodo is the main character of SMRPG. I'm not just saying that as a joke. I posted that on Twitter one time. This it's just a picture of Dodo. So this is Dodo, the main character of Super Mario RPG, and Super Mario RPG's original director liked that post, so that means it's canon.
Can't argue with that.
Thank you, Fujioka-san.
Oh my gosh. I do also appreciate how in the remake they sort of like, I actually felt like I understood why this happened this way. Like, Dodo's so dumb, like he can't tell it's not a statue. And it's because the helmet actually comes down over his eyes when he pecks. And you can tell it very clearly in the animation when he goes to peck Mario, if you're not failing the minigame on purpose, So anyway, Dodo, misunderstood.
In the SNES version, it kind of shows it, but you have to really be paying attention to see it.
Yeah, I definitely did not notice it before. And that was bad. All right, we're fine.
It is a very quick animation.
Yeah, I'm a little scatterbrained right now. I gotta lock in. We'll be fine.
Yeah, there might be too many gamers in this call. Oh, geez, I shouldn't have said that. Sorry. there might be too many SMRPG enthusiasts in this call all at once. It's taking you off your game.
I'm just having too much fun. That's the problem.
Exactly.
We're doing just fine though. No issues, no problems. The run is progressing smoothly, and we're having a very good time.
I was about to say, this has been going quite well so far.
Don't get blown off the ledge.
Yeah, I was thinking about that already, actually.
Makes sense.
Oh, no, I actually want that. I was all prepared to go talk to this other NPC because I actually need this key. But I wanted to talk to this guy because he's got a flower jar. And I unfortunately was holding the down directional and said no instead of yes. Oops.
It happens.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Had to make sure there weren't any specials here.
The big guy is ready to launch, but yes.
Shoutouts to big guys who are ready to launch.
Gotta be some of my favorite guys. Don't forget to water your eggs, everyone. It's just proper egg care.
Yes.
Oh, right, I forgot to do that.
I don't trust this egg.
It's why they have you do that test. If you want to tell the freshness of an egg, you put it in water.
It's a good egg, though. This is a good egg. We love this egg.
You're right. This is a very good egg.
Happy Pride Month, everybody.
Happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride Month.
That was my fault.
Now it's my turn. Get it while it's hot.
Oh, I almost did it, T.
You had my heart stop for a moment
Yep.
there.
It's like, do they know?
Well, you know, I would have gotten another flower out of the deal, so there's that.
True.
That's true.
Always nice to have another visit with the big guys.
Mm-hmm.
I do like that they changed the
go ahead,
text
Sonny.
to big guys ready to launch.
Yeah. Pidge, as we get near to our second time to take a break and are, kind of naturally at the 2/3 point of the run, what do you think about some of the things you've seen, like differences that have caught your eye between original and remake? Like, I know you've run the remake before, but it maybe has been a while and is less fresh in your mind than the original.
It has been a long time. I think actually the last time I ran a remake was on GDQ Hotfix a couple of years ago. So actually, I think the biggest thing standing out to me right now is like looking through the notes for this route and seeing things like, if you get the encounter, just attack, and I'm like, oh my god, like you can do that? And then I remember, oh yeah, there's no EXP setup for skill swap in this game.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep, there's that. You keep your chain that's useful later.
Yeah, I think like chain in particular is probably like the biggest differentiator, because like the fact that it can just make up for so much so much like power that you would normally have to rely on with items and accessories and armor in the original game that are now like less necessary, and those things take you a long time to get, like the amulet, for example, and you don't need them. So it's very different, like the strategies that go into like collecting your equipment even.
Hey, Paige, I regret to inform you we just defeated the main character.
That's okay.
Again.
He'll be back. He'll be back.
That's true.
Dodo
I just
always
know it.
comes back.
I have to remember to put Bowser in the middle slot here, or I'm going to have a very bad time on the next fight.
Yeah, especially since it's the Dodo Valentina fight coming up. This is one of those small things with the remake that I love. When you map work back to Nimbus Land, it just immediately starts this cutscene.
Yeah. Very satisfying. So the Valentina part of this fight, probably, in my opinion, is the most RNG heavy fight in the entire run. It really depends on what she does and if you miss your attacks or not, how well this fight goes. So we'll see what kind of fight I get today. First part, pretty easy. We're just going to throw a firebomb with Bowser.
I believe that Valentina has the biggest pool of spells that she can cast, so it's
Yeah.
very random what you end up getting. Like, she can cast more spells than Magic Koopa, which is kind of impressive.
Yeah. The fight also just drags on a lot longer, so you really notice it.
Why do we have to make our two favorite characters in the whole game fight like this?
No.
Well, I mean,
When
fights
the
may be a strong way
protagonists
of
don't
putting
get
it.
along. When the protagonists don't get along, like that part of the Beavis and Butthead movie where they get mad at each other and split up.
That's the most Pidge point of reference for that character trope that there could have possibly been.
It's a good thing that Pedal Blast did not turn Mario into a mushroom, but wait a minute.
Slap!
It could still happen.
Could still happen. All right, well, we got our third party member back, so that part's good at least.
Thank goodness.
I offered Dodo to join the party, but he declined.
Dodo, why did you decline?
Bye, Gino.
No, that sounds like too much work.
I had to say
That-
something, didn't I?
Actually worked. That's fine. It's fine.
Oh yeah, and Peach is here too.
Peach exists.
Oh yeah, she does. I really like how they made Diamond Saw look in this. It's so pretty.
That's fine. Honestly, best thing about that fight, I did not miss it all.
Yeah, that ended up being pretty good.
Yeah, that was a good Valentina fight.
Very nice.
Valentina fights with a bunch of misses going awry is not a fun time at all.
No, as
Yeah,
was
it
mentioned
can-
at the beginning there, the fact that she has access to a bunch of spells, including some real debilitators, make prolonged fight pretty dangerous.
Yeah, that fight can really troll you sometimes, so I'm very happy about that. So we're gonna watch the happy family get reunited here, and then we'll be taking our second break from a very relaxing spot shortly after that. So
Yep, the run is nice and cool now, but it's going to be heating up in just a minute. So best to take a break before
in a few different ways, yeah.
True. All right, well, Mallow got it out of his system.
That's like probably my favorite piece of like character writing in this entire game. Just like just Mario pulling out the umbrella when Mallow runs inside, like just no words are said, and it just like says so much about like both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. My favorite bit in this scene is he wants everybody's autograph except for Gino's.
Yeah.
Yeah, right here he's like, "This is Gino. Oh, that's nice. Anyway."
Who are
That's
you?
nice. I was
Yeah.
too old to watch your TV show as a kid.
Fine. You couldn't pronounce my real name anyways. I can't sign it, so let's just call it even.
But what about the Star Street?
Be sure not to fall in the volcano. We would never. All right, so we're gonna pop a spot right in here in the hot springs, and we'll go ahead and take our second break.
All right. Very good, everyone. As mentioned, this Mario run is going to heat up in just a few minutes, so take that time to be good to yourselves, get something to drink, snack, and take your meds if you need, and come right on back for more GDQ Hotfix action after this. And welcome back to the Games Done Quick Hotfix and Out of the Box, where we are coming up on the last leg of a Super Mario RPG remake run. If you are enjoying runs like this and would like to see so much more, please don't forget to tune in to Summer Games Done Quick 2026 live in Minneapolis, Minnesota from July 5th to the 11th. We'll have speedruns, races, randomizers, and pinball, and more. If you want to know more about all of that, you can head over to gdq.gg to learn more and register for the event. And you can check out the schedule at gdq.gg/schedule. And now, back to SMRPG.
Yeah, thanks. So let's just go ahead and get right back into it here. We got a volcano to jump into, so I'm going to go ahead and restart in 3, 2, 1, go.
Barrel
And
let's
volcano.
go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
This is a pretty intense section. So first of several actually pretty intense sections movement-wise. So I'm going to do my best to try to maybe lock in a little bit more here.
Oh, you're gonna be on fire going through here.
That's the hope. Also, one of the, we have a string of just like amazing music tracks as well, so gotta love that.
Oh, yeah. If we want to take the opportunity, if there's a good natural point at which to do so, maybe just on like a screen before Zombor to change over to the remake soundtrack.
Oh, sure.
Have a little
I'll
bit
do
of
that
that
right now,
around.
actually.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yes, both versions of the soundtrack are like extremely good.
They are.
Yeah.
Just fantastic.
Yeah, there's a reason there's bonus menus in this game specifically for like reading the flavor text for characters and extra flavor text they added for this version specifically, and so that you can listen to both versions of the soundtrack. Those are like key bonus features in this game.
I think I actually really love just like the regular battle theme in the remake. I think is my favorite of the updated tracks. It seems like such a basic pick, but I just think that like I just love what she did with it.
That's something I may have to get back to you on once I actually make a decision on it. My favorite in the original has always been Smithy 1. But the remake, there's too much to choose from. Because they're all just so good.
Yeah,
think
you know,
my-
there's something to be said for what they could do with the number of sound channels that the SNES had, and the fact that they really made that hardware do things that you probably hadn't heard from many other SNES games, but also being able to do full orchestration, and the way they did that here is so thoughtfully under Shimomura-san's direction is also something to behold, as everybody's getting at.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I think my favorite tune in the game is the second booster tower theme. Generally, I think I prefer like mostly the original soundtrack over the remake, but that's like, oh, it's like a 10 out of 10 album versus a 9.75 out of 10 album for me. Like, what's the difference? It's negligible. They're both extremely good.
There's hardly a difference.
And that's your official Pitchfork SMRPG album review. Okay, good. I'm glad somebody in this call understood and appreciated that joke. Sometimes the jokes are just for me, but it's always nice when they land with someone.
The movement on that screen I just went through is extremely difficult, and it's really satisfying when you get that first try, so I'm very happy about that.
That bridge is like deceptively hard to get across without any encounters. Like, good stuff.
Yeah, that was an awesome bridge.
The trick I learned, I think what most people do is you kind of like walk for 1 or 2 steps beforehand, and then that sets your timing up just right to kind of just jump across it.
Not Iron Maiden.
That is unfortunate, because he's also wearing the Troop of Metal right now.
Oh dear.
I think it would probably be worth it here to actually just bring in Peach and heal that.
Love being able to swap and do things like that.
Another thing that chat just mentioned from the upgraded fidelity of the models, saying, "I never knew that dragon had actual feet, and not just the lava bloops around the corners."
Yeah.
So something that's really interesting about the monster design in SMRPG is that most of them were designed by one guy, and his name is Kazuyuki Kurashima, and he has said like before on Twitter and in a magazine that came out like 21 years after SMRPG released that when they were first designing this, he couldn't figure out how to actually do the 3D rendering, so he just drew pixel art and tried to make it look 3D and then made the models later.
That's awesome.
And I'm like, wow, so that was too hard, and instead you just showed off your immense talent as a pixel artist instead and did something incredibly difficult. Like that's the go off, King. Love that.
Look, I knew one way to do it that would work for me without having to learn something new, so that's what I did.
That's another really good boss fight too, in part because those bosses have a chance to counterattack, and I don't think I got counterattacked one time.
Oh, that is so nice.
Yeah.
God, I wish that were me.
I know.
Yeah, your lack of counterattacks on that fight was really, really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
very typical.
Speaking of Pride Month, we've got a whole rainbow of rangers here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Black is my favorite color in the rainbow. Look, everyone had that phase where they drew a rainbow in their Trapper Keeper that had a black streak in it.
Yep.
I think we picked a very good time to change the soundtrack, by the way.
Yeah, there's this series of super memorable tracks through the volcano out into the castle. Yeah, we'll get to see a few places for the last time as well, so you can do a little compare and contrast.
Good old Axum Rangers.
Mm-hmm. They do like to talk.
They do, but they also have the best ability in the game, even though it's actually on their ship.
Yeah, I will say one thing about this fight that I found kind of funny when I started learning the new route is this is actually very similar to the way I used to do this fight in the old, before that route. And I know Phantom did it a very different way, and I think the normal route also does it a very different way, so you can kind of like cut down on the dialogue. And then it turned out that the way that Kakeshi routed this fight was exactly how I used to do it, so it was kind of funny to me.
Shout out to Kokeshi.
Yeah. So we're going to start with Clown Car Barrage here. And then I bought one Ice Bomb way back in Seaside Town, and it is for this fight.
Yo, Red, I've got a headache.
Then change brands.
My brand.
And a lot of what we're doing here is we're trying to manipulate it so that we get the maximum number of turns without the breaker beam going off, so...
How does this affect the brand?
Oh, the brand stocks are about to be plummeting, along with the rest of their ship.
Yeah, just
there's
trigger when it comes out, it hits really hard.
Yep, so we're going to get a couple turns here before the breaker beam goes off. That we can kind of prepare a little bit.
Yeah, like the turn manipulation that you do to like get the most as you can out of your team before breaker beam happens, like that's really cool. Like how that's still an important strategy in this run. Just like the way you get there is completely different because of party swapping.
Yeah, and it's very different again from the original, because in the original, your party was your party when you went into the fight. You didn't get to like bring in backup members or anything like that. So it did open up a lot of different possibilities for this version of the game when the remake came out.
SNES version low-level Axum fight is on another level. It's it breaks my brain like thinking about how it works. It's like, why does this work? Like this shouldn't work, and it does.
I must have missed like one timed hit, but thankfully we got backup party members.
Yeah.
Backup party members are always nice.
Yep. First, unexpected first shocker, but that's okay.
Unfortunately, it was late enough into the fight that you were able to do enough damage to finish off the Axums.
Yeah, that was just a damage roll miss. It probably only had like a couple hit points left, so we're just fine.
Nice.
Another star that went off into the sky without us and then decided to come back just so Mario could have his moment.
Another
Stars
round
are
of
so
uppies.
considerate. You can see why...
Cannot deprive Mario of his uppies. Look at how happy everyone is.
They're
for
very
uppies.
considerate stars. You can see why Gino is their spokesperson here on here in the Mushroom Kingdom.
All right, so we are now at the point in the game we got to go to back to Bowser's Keep and go through that whole area, which is definitely one of the most challenging areas in the run. So,
Battle doors, battle doors.
yes,
It's
we're
always
gonna
door 4.
hopefully avoid the 2 battle doors. We will not. I always get both battle doors, but you know, stranger things have happened. So, oops. There we go. Shoutouts to that guy being very easy to jump on. I have this irrational fear that that one cloud person in the room there is going to like turn into one of those fan enemies and blow me off the ledge when I'm running by. Even though the palace is totally free of enemies now. It's just like, I mean, clouds could also be full of breeze. I believe that is the thing that happens with clouds. So
I've heard that might be the case. Don't remember where I heard that.
But fans are technically enemies, so you don't have anything to worry about now. And if you live somewhere where it's getting hot, remember, fans are your enemy.
wait, no.
No? I thought that's what we just learned. Never mind. I'm just gonna encourage you to make the decisions that are right for you to stay comfortable during this time of year.
Some of my best friends are fans.
And some of your best fans are friends.
Yes, that
And they're
too.
here in chat with us. Isn't
Yeah.
that lovely?
Yeah.
But it is time to get on the uwu bus. And this bus is powered by uwus, so put your uwus in the chat, everyone.
Yep. Don't forget to get on the bus.
Uwu, uwu.
I mean, the other thing is don't forget about the uppies.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Powered by uppies and uwus. So, Pidge, while I'm kind of running through this part, do you have any kind of like fun facts about Bowser's Keep that you think are interesting to share about the original game?
I wasn't prepared for that. Let me think.
Whoops.
Did you have one in mind, in particular, or?
Well, I guess one thing maybe I did have in mind, if you want to talk about it, is how the battle doors get manipulated in the original, because we cannot manipulate the battle doors in the Switch version.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, it's very nice that you don't have to in the Switch version because of map warping and just being able to quit out of here. Like that. So if you're doing a speedrun in the original game, you see that. Well, if you're trying to PB, I'm sorry to tell you, probably not happening.
Yeah.
There's like two different ways that you can do an RNG manip, and the easier one is in Mario's pad. The harder one is in Nimbus Land, but because like you're already in Nimbus Land before you go to Bowser's Keep, like it saves time to try that one. Essentially, when SMRPGs like overworld RNG counter, like there is only one RNG counter in the overworld. I think there's two in battle, like the seed that was like can be different depending on what actions you took before getting in. But in the overworld, like there's just one. And when the game starts, like it's always at the same number, and it only actually increases like while you are in overworld areas. It actually freezes when you're on the world map. So that's why in that game you go and save in Mario's pad where the save box is, and then you load it up, and you can always do the same exact consistent movement, fall off the save box and run up to the wall and then down right and leave. And at that point, your RNG is frozen until you enter Bowser's Keep. And when you enter Bowser's Keep is when the doors are set. So it doesn't matter what you do between entering Bowser's Keep and getting to the doors. You know what order they are because you always leave Mario's pad on the same frame. It's very, very, very hard to screw up that manip. I think I've seen one person screw it up ever.
It is a pretty cool little thing that works out for the speedrun in the original that I always found very fascinating, so thank you for explaining.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you for asking.
Yeah. Whoop, that was not the jump. I do want to fall into the lava in this room, but I want to fall into the lava on this next platform. Because it will warp you forward like that. One other little thing about Breezy that you don't really notice until the very end of the game is in normal there are some caps on certain items like rock candies and Coca-Colas, and there's no limit on those. Oh, that was very rude of you.
What?
How dare you?
Oh my goodness.
I disagree with that game.
Yeah, I don't like that. That's okay. But yeah, there's no cap on those items in the Breezy, so we end up with... He was going to try to do it again, too.
Yeah.
Sir. Mr. Donkey Kong, please.
You mean Mr. Legally Distinct Kong?
True.
It's time. All right, let's see what we got. Beetle is 1 coin. Booster is 7th generation. The couple has been waiting for 30 minutes. Peach was allegedly looking at flowers. She might have been digging for worms. That was not sure about that one. That's okay. We got this. Red Essence gives you strength. Jonathan Jones. And that is...
Terrapin.
Terrapin. Yep.
Terrapin.
And Garrow. All right. There's like there's like 2 questions that I still like stumble over sometimes, and that is one of them. So that is 13. I wish you didn't have to wait for the countdown, but you do.
Yeah,
The second
I added,
one's much worse.
I added an early exit command in randomizer for this puzzle.
Oh,
Nice.
thank you. You are.
You just press any button when you're finished counting.
47, by the way.
Yep.
This one is way more obnoxious because the way the patterns come out, it's always 40 except for whatever's on the top. I guess in this one, technically 2 levels. So all you have to do is look at what's on top, and then you just have to wait for like 18 seconds. And then hopefully you don't overmash, which I've done before too, and input the wrong thing. So I'm always very careful about that in showcase runs.
Yep.
All
Speaking
right,
of
and
things
now
to
we've got
watch
the
your inputs on,
triathlon quiz.
the answer you go to them determines the answer you think they came in.
That is 2, that is 3, that is 4, 1. Okay, that's pretty good.
I was hoping we would see the fish say that he came in third for swimming.
Agreed.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping for that as well. Because then I would have just had the question of, how did you come in third for swimming? You're a fish.
Well,
And
if,
how did you come in first for running? You have no legs.
if swimming wasn't the first event, and everyone stopped to watch the fish run,
So
All right,
that
Battledores
minigame-
today were 1 and 3, Sonny. So your mine is that's always cursed as 2, and apparently yours is 4. So
Yeah. But 1 and 3 make 4, or 2, depending upon how you end up doing the math.
True.
11.
That mini game with the word game in the original game is used to set up a wrong warp in the factory. Which is there's just like a reused temp variable that doesn't get set again between doing that mini game and between the conveyor belt area. Like when you step on a certain area in the conveyor belt room, like before you step on a conveyor belt, it's supposed to reset that variable to set a checkpoint for you, but you can skip it by running off the ledge a little too early, and then it just ejects you to the end of the room.
Shoutouts to the magic button room, by the way. When I was doing my D-Rust last night, I actually screwed that puzzle up for the first time in like probably years, and it took me like 30 seconds to figure out get myself the solution. So that was
So
fun.
the solution for this is different in the remake, or at least like what's fastest.
I still use my old randomizer notes for this puzzle, so it should be the same as what we do in SNES.
Because the SNES solution, the fastest one for it was found by Kurt Q. How long ago was that pitch? Because I don't even remember at this point.
That was before my time.
Was that during Cypher's time, maybe?
Oh, speaking of Cypher, I ran into him like last week. Like in real life.
Oh my gosh.
It was awesome. Like it's completely random. Like first of all, we're not even from the same country.
This fight's probably going to take a little bit longer than usual because I lost chain again. Yeah, I was going to say I don't have chain, and then I forgot how fast Bolt was, and I lost chain again, so... He's going to summon something, and then we're going to probably have to beat it up, so... We'll see what we get
Bolt?
this time.
Bolt
They're
is
big
so
eggy.
sneaky.
It's the Baja Mutt.
yep.
Will-o-wisp.
Plus side is now I'll have full chain for Boomer, which... We'll get to that fight when we get to it, but that fight is also very finicky if you lose chain. All right, that was a pretty good keep. I'm happy with how that went for the most part, except for Donkey Kong. That jerk can take a little break after tonight for a bit.
Ooh,
Yeah,
bad news
that-
about that, Blaze. 'Cause the very next run after this on the hotfix,
Oh my
he might be
gosh.
back.
All right, we got those Sonic symbols. Bowser's time in the party is no more unless I need a backup fighter. So thank you, Bowser, for all you have done for this run. It is now the Mallow show. Oh, that's fine. That is less fine.
Woo! That was a little scary.
Yeah, I got off my pattern there. It'll be okay. Except when I can't run. Go blocking. All right.
Yeah, you got some nice blocks there, so that worked out.
That was... It's always tricky when you get into a random encounter and you have to do blocks of attacks that you're just like not accustomed to doing. Always a little bit of a white knuckle moment. So, so Pidge mentioned earlier that when you ran this on Switch 1, this fight is like notorious because the chandeliers are like overload the frame rate basically. That is fixed in the Switch 2, which is very nice.
That's what happens when you spend $3,600 a month on candles.
That's true.
Please, someone help him budget. His
Oh
family's
my
starving.
goodness. I knew you were going to say that about him, too.
I can't.
I knew
help
it.
myself. I'm too far gone.
The drill posts
Between
come
that
for us
and-
all eventually.
Between the drill post and the 6-7 posting, I think I might just be a lost cause.
And one day when drill starts 6-7 posting, we'll know Pidge took over the account.
Yep.
As always later than I think it is. That's fine.
Anyone just see that damage number? No, just me? Don't worry about it.
No, I saw it.
Okay.
So I do have a
I
backup
saw
for
it.
this, which is I'm going to use Geno Beam here. Because he is very susceptible to magic damage. And that way I don't lose an entire round and get attacked again there.
I appreciate Chad already asking if we want to double our coins. You know we
Oh,
do.
boy.
My coins that I will not use for anything.
Correct.
And now for the best boss fight coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, speaking of them appreciating
But first,
the
we got to
speed
dance
run.
on the chandelier, so...
True.
Yeah, fun
You're
stuff
a-
that they left in the speedrun, the Geno World glitch.
If you're a low-level speedrunner, you're probably feeling things right now.
Wait, they get to just keep playing the game? I don't. This is so unfair.
I forgot what
Why don't they
that's
go
like.
back and do it right?
Yup.
The acceleration does not seem to be phasing them.
No, it's reverse coyote time. You don't realize how fast you're going until you stop and think about it.
All right, so hopefully a very quick fight here. We're going to jump on the left eye because it is susceptible to jump. And then we're going to Geno Whirl. And I was a little late. That's okay. We'll get it next time. And I was a little early. as
Little late.
happens.
A little late and too a little early.
Yep.
Fine, we don't need a Mario or a Mallow to make this work.
Nope. Oh my gosh. What is going on tonight?
The timing is like
We'll
so
be fine.
different.
I mean... Okay, at this point, I'm going to bring in Peach, and we're going to get Mario back up here.
Yeah, so we can pop the eye again. Makes sense.
Yeah. I'm just going to defend. Oh, that's fine. Wow, okay.
And Mario got to live, so we're still on course.
Just got to hit it here.
There we
There
go.
it is.
All right.
There it is.
Yep.
Let's go.
It's not a hard timing to hit. It's a little off from the animation, and sometimes it's just it's hard to get.
It's exactly
So-
why resources like that timed hit trainer on Super Mario speedrunning or SMRPG speedrunning are so valuable because there's
Absolutely.
there are attacks that are like that too.
Yep.
And Pidge, you're the one that taught me the whole reason that actually works.
It was?
The Geno Whirl against the Hilton.
Oh, yes. Yes. Lots of fun factoids about this game.
Lots of very, very good factoids, too, at that.
It's actually cool that they kept it in this game. There are some, like, artifacts from the original game that, like, leaving them in feels like it was very much like they went out of their way to do that.
Yeah.
That's one of them. And the other major offender, in my opinion, is in the Marymore Hotel. When you stay in the suite room and you sleep over, when you wake up, the lamp on the table is facing the wrong way.
Right.
And
oh yeah,
that happens only in the Japanese version of the original game. And it's because of, like, most of the sprites in the game are drawn to face southwest by default. That lamp is the exception, it faces southeast. So they have to do like a manual flip on that sprite in every room that it's in. And they forgot to add a flip back, like when that particular room loads in the Japanese version. Fixed in the English. Remake? No, it flips around still. The sprite math doesn't even exist in this game and it still flips around.
Yeah. No, they knew you'd want to see.
They put that in for me specifically.
Sounds right.
I do applaud you on that recovery from the slip, because if you hadn't gotten that jump, that would have been a bit of a problem. Not too terribly much, but
Okay, yeah, I thought maybe I was the only one who noticed that, but yeah.
like it was awesome recovery.
Yeah, it was a little close. I'm going to jump on this one. I decided to use my extra rock candy at the start of this fight, and I think that's going to be a good plan because I didn't have chain. And then I previewed another rock candy, so I feel like I'm making some moves here. That's okay.
That's what separates a good speedrunner from a great speedrunner, is that a great speedrunner can come up with backup strats like just on the fly when you know the game so well.
Yeah. During a showcase run, after worrying about, just clutching out the Geno Whirl earlier.
It's all that rando experience, I gotta say. Like, that's how I learned how to speedrun, is like, you never turn your brain off.
Sure.
Oh, that's fun.
Oh, I turn my brain off for 23 hours a day.
Mario's turned his brain off.
Especially when running low level. That's the best time to turn your brain off.
Yes, yes.
With the
I turn my
exception of
brain
some
off.
fights.
I turn my brain off in two situations. One is running low level, two is posting in sports discords. That second one I just do a lot.
Right.
That's funny.
Fairly well countdown.
Yeah, that ended up going pretty smoothly.
Nice recovery.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, that was fun. Okay.
that was interesting.
Yeah, that was weird.
Oh, those tiles.
Let's just try that again. I was thinking about all the other jumps and not that one, and that was a mistake, clearly. Movement is very, very tight on pretty much all of these screens, so...
Very nice.
Yeah, all of the screens here in the gate.
These boos scare me. I just kind of, like, play that safe every time, usually.
I didn't want to finish my sentence while you were doing that. A lot of this movement here in the end game is very, very tight and can be slightly problematic. Nice skip.
Nice bowyer skip.
Yeah, thanks. Can I beat him? Nope. Okay. I wasn't sure. That's fine.
Speaking of rooms that are awful to backtrack in low level.
Oh yeah, this room is terrible.
That should have been a jump.
Oh,
That's-
thank goodness.
No struggle.
Oh, because it wasn't a special? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, this one has
that was the
exceptionally
only
high
thing I was
special
worried
rate.
about.
Yeah.
I swear, this one's special rate is like 50%.
It is much higher, it seems like, yeah, than the normal enemies.
But at least it's a quick and easy fight.
There is that. Alright, so we're gonna do a quick heal up here. And Down the hatch.
Cloaker domino time.
Yeah.
This fight's pretty fun and stress-free as long as you hit your timed blocks. We're gonna pick on Cloaker. And we're saving a Star Riders for the snake phase. So we want to make sure we add a little bit of extra power here. Very good.
I love how he uses his sword to just scoop a rock up.
Yeah. All that debris.
That's not a
flying
shovel.
around. Big snake.
Domino and the Mad Adder.
That is fine. That should do it. Yep. All right.
Nice.
Very nicely done.
All right. So now we're just kind of to the final rush through the factory here. No more platforming, which makes me happy. Just a few more minions to kind of charge through. Some fun strats on some of these fights. We're going to be using some sleep to get through the last couple. And again, Mallow's like really time to shine here because a lot of stuff's weak to thunder.
I mean, to be fair,
Thunderbolt.
one, these are all machines, and two, I and everyone in this call is also weak to thunder.
Yeah.
More so to lightning, but thunder also, you know, you get that too close to your ears, and you're going to be ringing for who knows how long.
That's very true. I really, really like that this is Mallow's time to shine, because in the SNES version, since we ended up getting rid of Shocker on Peach through the skill swap, it really, really hinders Mallow's performance.
Yeah.
And with us being able to have him here in the remake, just shining oh so brightly, it feels so good.
Yeah.
Especially with the ability to swap characters in and out. It means you can use him at the places where he is most valuable, and it turns out there's actually kind of a lot of those.
Yeah, and it's not just the actual abilities that Mallow has. It is that passive,
Right, the party buff.
the magic attack. Yeah, that really like it's such a valuable party member
Right,
for
I think
boosting
you've said
everybody else.
that particularly in this route, because of the jump power-ups and the enemies who are vulnerable to jump and the parts of the game where you face them, that Mario is basically the MVP with this current routing without the XP booster.
Yeah, for sure. And I really like this route just because everybody gets a chance to shine. Like we are going to definitely be using Peach in the final boss fight, very strategically, and Peach always can fill in and help out in a pinch if you have a boss that's kind of being rude, as has happened a few times in this run. So yeah, it really is. You don't get anybody that sort of just is benched the entire run, which is really cool.
Yeah. Frying pan or no, it's always good to see Peach.
Yeah, we did still skip the super slap though, but other than that,
Alas.
yeah.
I love getting to see Peach. She's my favorite of the playable characters in this game.
Yeah. Another
Agreed.
thing that this game did that wouldn't be picked up again for many years is, hey, Peach is a playable character.
All right, so we're going to use a Sleepy Bomb here. So it's kind of a variation on some strats that were found pretty close to SGDQ in 2024, where it was kind of figured out that like the best way to get through this fight is just to sleep the boss and then do a bunch of these abilities here.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause
spells
it's-
do not wake them up. Even if you're jumping on their heads.
Yep.
Yep.
The classic RPG
good-
trope of you don't get to take your turn, it's still mine.
It's a good helmet.
Yeah. Or it's a bad helmet if it's not properly conveying what's going on to him.
All right, so we got one fight left against the Gunyolk, and then we'll be on to the final boss fight here.
The fact that we didn't mention the dancing at all when everybody levels up, since that's going to be one of our last chances to see it. Just like the little extra moments of like joy and whimsy that they added.
That's true, yeah. Very fun.
I mean, I've been dancing in my chair every time the level ups happened.
yeah. Also, we're going to see our first appearance of Snowy in this fight. Shout outs to Snowy.
Yes. I love Snowy.
Now that's a big guy who's ready to launch.
Yeah.
When I used to be like a video encoding subject matter expert at my last job, so when I had to like draw up a guide that was explaining the difference between sample aspect ratio and I forget the name of the other one because I haven't actually done this for a while. The difference between two aspect ratios, I use the picture of Snowy like as the example, like here's why it gets stretched even though the actual aspect ratio is the same.
That rules.
That's awesome.
If the Snowy
just
doesn't look at least this chunky, you've messed something up.
Yeah. SAR versus DAR. I forget what the D stands for.
All right, so just a little more dialogue here, and then we are on to the Smithy fight, which is just an absolute banger. So everyone please enjoy. And hopefully it'll all go according to plan. We'll see. This fight can be a little bit random. It can be a little bit finicky, but if all goes well, it should be very, very, easy for me to follow a nice script and not have to improvise too much. He should stay in tank form for pretty much the entire second phase, which is, frankly, the form that I want him to be in. So we'll hope for the best that way.
All right, tank head preferred. Is mage head also generally okay?
Mage head is good, but mage head's a little scary, and we don't actually
Right,
boost our
the damage.
defense on 2 of our 3 party members. So
Okay.
mage head's fine, but it's a little. We'd rather see tank head for sure.
But
So
chest is generally the one we don't want, right?
yeah,
Like lockbox, whatever you call it.
yeah, the coffin, I think.
Ah.
Yeah.
Pidge, when you were talking about DAR, were you talking display aspect ratio?
Yes, that's exactly what I was talking about.
Yeah, display aspect is proportional ratio as they appear on the screen, rather than how they're actually rendered before they get to the screen.
Yeah, I had like the same screenshot of Snowy from a randomizer scene actually, and you could tell because like the characters were slightly different colors.
Right. Perfect. Everybody getting to enjoy the remake version of the Smithy Gang Jams.
Fight against Smithy. And then when phase 2 happens, fight against Smithy, who likes transforming.
I
Yeah,
recently
if
figured
you've
out-
never given yourself the chance to look at the actual track names on the OST, like you probably
They're
know
fantastic.
against fight against a stronger monster and things like that, but they're all that delightfully straightforward.
Yeah, fight against monsters, fight against a stronger monster, fight against an armed boss, so on and so forth.
Pitching all those rock candies here.
I recently figured out how to randomize the music in the Smithy 2 fight.
Yo.
Oh. Oh.
It's actually
All right.
like, not the same way you randomize it in every other fight.
Perfect.
Oh, I'm on a. I had one less rock candy than I was expecting, so we're a little off schedule here, but it's going to be fine.
We'll just freehand it for a minute.
Yep.
All right, I've asked this before, but I feel like I need to ask again, especially with so many SMRPG experts in the call. What do you think Gunyolk tastes like?
Eggs.
It's the
Eggs.
Cadbury cream egg filling. That's my.
Yeah.
I feel it's for me. It's like tomato eggs, like this dish that Sean likes to make us on the weekend. That's like extremely good. He just like does a cherry tomato reduction with like soy sauce and oyster sauce, and it cooks on the stove for like 30 minutes or 45 minutes, and you put it over eggs, and oh, it's so freaking good. I just picture it tasting like that.
That actually sounds fantastic.
Yeah, at first I thought you were describing something like a shakshuka, but now I'll have to look up.
Oh, that's we like that stuff too.
Ooh, I could see gunyuk tasting like shakshuka as well, though. Because with that lava in it, you gotta have some sort of spice, right?
Yeah. All right,
Come
let's
on,
hope this
you
fight doesn't
puny
get too
ants.
spicy.
I believe.
Gonna finish strong. Tank head all the way.
Let's see it happen.
I'm gonna go ahead and be a little safe here and just use my first Coca-Cola here. I did pick up an extra one for safety. Always start on tank head, so we like tank head because it is very susceptible to jump and shocker.
I do have to remind you that the correct, well, Dutch at least name for that object is swamp milk. So please enjoy deploying your original swamp milks as you need to.
So yeah, tank head jump just does a lot of damage with how much it's been powered up, and then as you just saw, shocker is lightning element, which tank head's weak to the lightning element. So hopefully
This is the random swap,
stay.
so we'll see what we get here.
Stay in tank head.
Good. Ah, darn it.
Fire.
Yep.
Is it fully random in the remake, or does it still follow the HP pattern like in the original game?
I think it's random if it transforms again, but I don't know 100% know for sure.
Interesting. Yeah, I've never really looked into that.
I think the transformation order is still the same, but the HP thresholds are a little different between the two modes.
Do I have any fire bombs still? No, I have an ice bomb. Okay, that's fine. This is what I didn't want to see. I do have an ice bomb, though. Actually, I also have extra party energizers.
Yeah, the party energizer freebies actually get to shine here.
Yep.
Is this gonna be it?
Yeah, we're gonna just make the best of this. I got that ice bomb. I have another ice bomb now.
Hey, freebies are good.
Yep. A lot of good damage here, so
This wasn't exactly the phase where we expected to be doing all the damage, but we were set up for it, so we go with it.
yep, that is actually the damage. Okay, so we're done with the fight. Time is going to be coming up on Gino's final line, which is going to be in about a minute or so. That went, for getting off script, that went about as well as it could have. I'm actually really happy with how that went, so.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Like, this whole run has been a showcase in showing, like, knowing your backups, being able to clutch things out, really adapting on the fly. It's been very impressive to see.
Yeah, thanks. I think a lot of that is just because I've been running this game for so long. I've been playing the randomizer for a really long time, and when you do stuff like that, you really do sort of absorb a lot of the knowledge, even if you get into situations that you have to kind of figure your way out of. And I give a lot of credit to that, to just the community itself. Like, I knew this was a game I wanted to run on day one when it came out, and it's always been such a wonderful time. I'm really glad I got to showcase it for everybody tonight here on Hotfix. We're going to do our last uppies here. There we go. And just shout outs to Kakeshi for coming up with this really cool route that got me re-interested in running the game again when I saw it. And I was like, no XP booster. That's really interesting. How do they do that? And then just, it's been a lot of fun since then. So time is going to be coming up when the screen fades to black after this last text box. And time.
Well done. Gee,
Well done, my friend.
Thank you, thank you. Comfortably underestimate. I'm pretty happy with that run. A little sloppy at times, but it was a lot of fun, like I said. I can go ahead and just do a couple shout-outs really quick. So again, my name is Moonblazewolf. I do stream occasionally on twitch.tv/moonblazewolf. I stream a variety of RPGs, including this one, Final Fantasy Tactics, the Evil East Chronicles, other Final Fantasy games, and just miscellaneous stuff here and there. I also help run the Fastest for Speedrunning community that does a lot of events and showcases throughout the year. So if you're a member of the furry community, you don't have to be a furry to participate in our events, but we do put on some really cool events that are a lot of fun and reflect a lot of what our community is all about. We will be releasing details on our next charity event soon, which is going to be Fall Fest, which will be raising money for Trans Lifelines sometime this fall. And I guess on that note, I just want to say also, happy Pride to everyone. It's a really special month for a lot of people. I think everybody should take the opportunity to enjoy the month and enjoy the communities that you're a part of that also celebrate it, whether you are a queer member of the community or just an ally that wants to help. It's good to be able to celebrate these things and enjoy the shared community that we have here. So I think that's it for me. Thanks again to everybody in the SMRPG community who has helped me, including Sonny, including Pidge, and I will pass it off to them to do their shout outs.
Pidge, I'll let you go first, my friend.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Well, first of all, I want to say thank you, Blaze, for inviting me to be on commentary for this. It's always awesome when I get to hang out with my SMRPG friends and just do what we love doing. So, thank you for bringing me on once again. And shout outs to Justin in chat. He's been chilling for the whole run, like literal SMRPG god. Like it's pretty awesome. Go and follow him if you aren't already. World record holder in the original game and a very good friend of mine. And if y'all want to keep up with anything I do, my main thing right now is like developing the randomizer, and you can check that. That's all over. I think like the randomizer B-Sky account is just like randomizer.smrpgspeedruns.com. Like we just use that domain. I've been working on a revamp for like the last 5 years. So if you like this game and you like randomizers, you will probably like that also. But yeah, that's most of what I got. I think everything else I wanted to shout out you already kind of covered for me, so thank you.
Yeah, I think both of you pretty much covered the shout outs I was going to give. Blaze, my friend, love you so much. Thank you for having me for this. It has been an absolute blast, as always. Pidge, we got to do the thing again.
I'm so glad we got to do the thing again, Sonny. You and me, we're a team.
We have been for quite some time. Major shout outs to the SMRPG community. Over the years, Pidge got me into it and helped me learn so much stuff about the game. Please go to smrpgspeedruns.com if you have even the slightest interest in learning this game, as the run itself is so much fun and really I would say fairly easy to pick out. Really good, ton of fun. Community is amazing. You got so many avenues that you could go down just to get all the help. And if you wanted to follow me right now, you're probably going to mainly see Zelda 2 Randomizer, and here before too long, Final Fantasy 1 PSP, as I got to get that ready for an upcoming relay.
Heck yeah, you do.
Blaze knows all about that relay as well.
Yeah, but yeah, smrpgspeedruns.com. Again, specifically this route that I was showcasing tonight. If you want the notes for this run, I would be happy to share them with you. Just send me like a DM or something on Discord or Blue Sky. And yeah, join the community. It's a really great, easy speedrun to get into, and particularly this route really lowers the barrier to entry even further with stuff like the not needing to do 100 super jumps and different things like that. So thanks again, T-Tree, for letting me show this off tonight.
Hey, my pleasure. Thank you so much to all of you for being here. Genuinely, when it comes to showcasing what a community can do and how getting into speedrunning can make you part of a community and make you lifelong friends, I don't think there's a better run we could have shown tonight at a better group of people than SMRPG and these gamers, if they'll excuse me for saying so. But
Whoa.
do not go anywhere. There is so much more fantastic speedrunning coming up on Creature Corner after the break. Thank you so much for watching.